Squish that cat. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures actual play. We're here in the Shackleton Expanse once again. We are a mere 3 episodes from finishing up the campaign. Let's say 3 missions. I never know, you might throw me a curveball and we might have to spend a little bit longer than just 1 episode on a mission, depending on what you want to do. I suppose maybe the last one has to be like a 2-parter or something. That's normal, isn't it, for a Star Trek? Or we do one half and then we wait 6 months and then we do the second half. That's more regular for Star Trek. Pre-streaming, pre-Netflix, back in the day. That's my suggestion. All right, helping me out of this with a segue, I guess. Anita, hello. How are you doing?
Speaking of segues, hi everybody, I'm Anita. And tonight I'm playing Nor Eka, whose pronouns are they, them, who is kind of out of their depth at the moment, doing the best they can with a team of scientists trying to save the day as a humble merchant. I might be able to help.
Yeah. A whole sector in danger.
I'm excited. My day's been good, though.
Good.
It's been kind of chill around here.
Nice. I'm looking forward to playing with you, though. And Tom, how are you doing? How was your day?
Right.
Good.
It wasn't too bad. I had a lot of walking today. I had a lot of walking and stuff like that, so I'm pretty tired. But it's not too bad. I am playing Lieutenant Harvey, who is an engineer who apparently has to reverse engineer or engineer so many alien computers and stuff like that he's probably inside weeping. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let's hope the dice go with me today.
Yeah, that's always favourable.
Mm.
Like when they do, you know. Doc, how have the dice been with you lately?
You mean just in real life?
I don't know.
As I roll them to make just everyday decisions?
Maybe.
Not great.
Is that how you roll?
Yep. Hi, I'm Doc. I'm playing Pasha of Irboka, who is an Nakaru mediator, which is, we haven't really dug deeply into what that means, but they use any pronouns as long as it's efficient. I think for the most part, the Akaru people basically say, yeah, whatever gets the job done, let's go. We don't worry about gender so much, so come on. And last week they shot their god and then celebrated by ordering DoorDash for the crew. And that is just kind of Pasha in a nutshell. So I've got my space cardigan on and ready to go.
Always important, our space cardi. I forgot that's where we ended off the last session.
Food.
Transporter DoorDash. Awesome. When was the last time you got a takeout, Susanna Grace?
2 weeks ago. And it was
me.
Justin's fault because he forgot to get the pork out of the freezer, so we didn't have meat.
Oh no, I forgot.
Yeah. Oh, guess we better order fried chicken. Oops. Oh, there's a Popeyes nearby. Oh, what a good idea. Yeah.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
Seeing as people started a trend, are you going to introduce your character?
I am Burrell, otherwise known as Klingon Lazarus. Died once, came back. Can't keep a good Klingon down. She's a scientist, if science is punching things. She's the chief of... No, she's not. She's the second in command of... No. Is she anymore? Is Narendra Station even a thing? And who can... She was second in command of Narendra Station before it was overtaken by the Klingon Empire, so who knows?
And now just tied up with this nonsense.
Yep. She's like, I guess I'm being a manager, managing people. You do that, you do that. I'm gonna sit here and read a pad about it.
Yeah, I mean that's generally how it goes, I guess. Yeah, okay. Well, we had some very exciting news. Literally dropped yesterday. The still Star Trek Adventures game we're playing is getting a second edition. You can look at that second edition with the little command there I put up. You can sign up for news if you want. Modiphius.net. And yeah, keep hailing frequencies open. There'll be more. I'm good at this, aren't I? There will be more information coming out over the next few months. Yeah, very exciting stuff. I mean, I'm not personally excited by it because I've known about it for about a year and a half, but it's fine. Yeah, whatever. But yeah,
You're really selling it. You seem
Phase
excited.
2 is on its way. It's going to be really, really, really cool. It makes a bunch of improvements on the system, streamlines a bunch of stuff. It's going to be really awesome. And Star Trek's my little love game. I like it. I like it so much. So yeah. All right. Well, let's play the first edition still. Because, you know, we're not just going to switch over straight away. I'm more clever than that. We've got plans. We've got plans and schemes.
Oh.
For stuff like that. Okay. So, Baral, this is your log. So
Oh, hang on.
have a little read. Give us
All right.
your little log.
Chief Burrell's personal log, stardate 49031.2. We're tracking increased tetryonic filament activity and the associated EM radiation bursts that have stretched out all over the expanse since we made contact with the Akaru. Harvey had a working theory that the power systems that are keeping these huge telecal sites and the people inside them alive are malfunctioning. But since working with the best computer models we have, he's ruled that one out. Meanwhile, Natalie and I have tracked the EM radiation spike to an unexplored star system with a single planet. I'll be leading a team planetside to investigate. While it's anyone's guess what awaits us on this world, my guess is that the trapped Helical won't wait for us indefinitely. So whatever is going on and whatever factionalism has occurred needs to be fully investigated before we can help.
Yeah. And so you are in orbit on the USS Lexington around this single planet in this star system. The initial scans show you there is a tidally locked planet. So there is one, like our moon, there is one side always facing its sun, and it rotates at the same time as it takes to orbit that sun. So one side is always day, one side is always night, and there is effectively a kind of twilight ring around that kind of circumference of the planet itself. Looking and trying to get any more scans of the surface are incredibly difficult. Scans don't seem to be able to penetrate a lot of electric interference in the atmosphere, and there seem to be collections of that interference, but a visual of the planet itself and like looking actually down on it from the front, from the viewer, and this has been kind of characteristic of some of the Telecal architecture or the technology that you have seen up to this date. But you can, like, through the clouds, like, you can see Telecal spires and, like, Telecal architecture. Coincidentally, predominantly based around that kind of sunsetted area of the planet. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to try and investigate that a little bit further, or work out a plan for an away team?
Well, our scans are giving us nothing, basically, because there's interference. So we got to get hands-on with this. So who would like to join my away team? Tom.
Well, I have
That's
a
voluntold.
choice.
You got voluntold.
I haven't got a choice.
I guess I don't
Sure,
know.
Chief. Yeah, sure.
I'm just thinking, like, so this is not as, I'm not thinking as Burrell here, I'm thinking as Susie.
Yeah.
I want everybody to participate and have a fun time. So
And I
do
want
we all
Natalie
just
to
go?
stay aboard the ship
Okay.
so I don't have to, like,
Yeah.
make decisions or roleplay with you.
Yeah.
As her as well.
I'm staying on the ship. I don't want anything to do with you people.
You
I think
crack on.
it's important that the right people we have for this away mission is an engineer,
Mm-hmm.
security,
Mm-hmm.
someone with incredibly good negotiation skills, because we don't know what
that's
we'll
me.
find down there.
Yeah.
You know, we might
What
find
kind of
someone we
cultural
can haggle with,
Yeah.
contact?
or and someone can make a good drink down there too. There could be a bar.
Well, who are we gonna get for
And-
that though?
Eka just sighs.
This is
In
Tom
character
that's saying
conversation.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Not Harvey.
I just-
This is Tom.
Just look over the fact that there's 5 people running an entire Constitution class starship. Eka's just going to be like,
And a few Romulans now.
Yeah, we did get a few of the Romulans.
A couple of
That's
Romulans
true.
and Vulcans.
Wait, how long did it take for us to get here?
Plot
to this,
time,
would you
Tom.
say? Well, I know, but basically what
Hmm.
I want to ask is, could Harvey would go to Eka and ask if there are any particular stations or anything that you would be interested in. And then during that flight time, Harvey will go through all of this console, what it does, where everything is, so that Eka can have a focus on that particular thing, on that thing. So, they can be part of the crew as well. They can man a station. If you get what I mean? But
So
it
you're just
depends on
starting-
what Eka wants, if that is what they want.
I mean, I've never actually piloted a ship before, so any help with that would probably be.
Would you like
Good.
to?
All right, Tom Barrett, slow down.
I've been an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a merchant. I've been a physicist. I've been a merchant again. Mostly I've been merchants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've also been an actor and a lawyer, and I mean, if
Oh.
if Aji can fake anything, then I guess I can fake learning how to pilot a ship.
I mean, piloting a starship is slightly different to piloting a runabout or a small craft. It's more putting in
Okay,
the
let me-
coordinates rather than
Let me get into
fly
character
in.
of like the cocky flyboy.
Yeah. It
All right.
really is more
Let's
mathematics.
take to the stars then. How's that?
Okay.
Is that good?
Think about it.
Okay, you got
Aji
it.
was the actor.
Piloting-
I'm not. I'm Eka. I'm Enor.
If you think about it, piloting is just physics, right? We're all just slowly falling out of the air, and you're just
I mean, not
maneuvering
in
where it
space.
falls. Kind
I
of,
mean,
Yeah.
very slowly.
Just playing
I
with
mean, we're all
gravity.
very slowly being pulled towards the inner star, if we are. So I suppose, in a certain sense. But yeah, I mean, piloting a starship is more coordinates. You just
Yeah.
pop in the coordinates and the ship does pretty much the rest of it. It only gets complicated when we're in a combat situation and we need kind of instinctive changes.
And that's probably not going to happen.
And that's totally not going to happen. So
Well-
if you would like to fly a starship, I can show you how.
sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So throughout this journey, I show Eka all of the, how to input coordinates, how you would work it out using the systems and the star charts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And even show a little kind of like the maneuvering thruster. So here's your maneuvering thrusters. Here's the impulse engines. Here's the warp drive.
Here's the drink holder.
Like that. It's probably a lot to take in, but Harvey is counting on Eka's previous lives to help fill in the gaps and stuff, particularly on the science behind it.
All right.
Hopefully.
Roll me a reason and con. Tom?
Me?
Difficulty 2. And succeeding here will give Eka a trait, which will make navigation and piloting checks easier for them to do.
Cool. 2.
Boom. 2 successes. Eka, you've got Flyboy.
Yes.
FLYBOI. Let's go.
Like, boing.
Yeah. I mean, you know
I feel
what?
like all of a sudden Eka now has like a pair of like aviator glasses in their pocket and a leather jacket, like a bomber jacket.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like just like where did
I
these
found
come
this bomber
from?
jacket in a locker. It's mine now.
I definitely did. I've been raiding this
Mhm.
ship for fun goodies.
No useful stuff, just fun goodies.
Just fun goodies.
Yep. Nice.
I mean,
all right.
some of this, to be fair, these are antiques and probably have significant cultural value that I could use to sell to the highest bidder.
What's this digital recording of Top Gun doing in here? Where did that come from?
I found this. It's called a Zune, and it has something called an
God damn.
empathra. I think there's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
artist on here
yeah.
called Kenny Loggins.
Oh, interesting. All right. Is this about a danger zone?
I don't know
I hope
about
that's
this
not the
Kenneth
Shackleton
Loggins.
Expanse.
Well,
Yeah.
he talks about flying right into that danger zone.
Wow, he must have been very brave. A war hero, this Kenneth Loggins.
But before our GM starts assigning us threat, we should probably get back to the plot.
Well, now's a perfect time, Eka, because if you want, you could take the cast down. It's the only
All right.
shuttle-sized thing that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill us.
I will
Again.
Don't
I'm
kill
sorry,
us.
Annie. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'll,
all right.
um,
Fine.
I'll
It's okay.
co-pilot. Can I co-pilot to assist?
Yes, you can. There are 2 stations, and I'll let you assist. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you take... I'm not going to ask you to roll just yet, but you take the Cass out of the those rear doors, the shuttle bay doors of the Constitution-class Lexington, and you descend down to the tidally locked, fairly ocean-covered planet below you. As your shuttle descends into the atmosphere, an enormous entity looms up before you below the clouds. It's transparent, shimmery, and shaped like a giant jellyfish.
Oh.
Sensors read it as a life form, Tom, because you're on the other console, but of kind of unknown kind of configuration, not something that it's quite got a fix on, any typical database.
Okay. So it's new.
Kind of comparison.
First contact.
Possibly.
Oh.
And as you get closer, as you descend down towards the ocean surface, starts to generate static. And Tom, you can notice, Harvey notices, that it begins to interfere with navigation. And
Okay.
Eka, you've got a time trying to dodge and swipe away from these kind of tendrils that are very loosely floating and hanging in the air. So I need you, please, to make me a con and either control or daring test.
Let's go daring because that's one better.
Hell yeah.
All right, daring and con. Tom, this is going to be con, or it could be engineering too, if you're depending on kind of how you're using the runabout systems.
I was using it as in help to fly, so I'm going to go con.
Okay.
Even though engineering's more, it is really more con.
Cool.
I was thinking.
So if you're going with kind of helping like navigate and helping that kind of thing, you can either have reason or presence as you're trying to help Eka actually and coordinate between the two of you.
Okay, I'll go with reason and con.
The Cass is going to give you... What did it give you? One success as an
Not
assist.
bad. Okay.
This is difficulty 3.
Okay.
And I'm guessing my fly boy genderless
Difficulty 2.
applies.
Yeah.
It's with an eye.
Yeah.
Well, that's no successes for me.
It's all right. We got this.
So this test will either fail because Eka needs to get at least one success to apply those successes to it. So either you've got to spend your determination now and re-roll, or we're crashing the shuttle.
Success at a cost is not possible.
Oh, well, yes, actually, success at a cost is possible. So the complication is a crash. All right, so, you know,
all right,
the shuttle begins to, it's a roller coaster. The shuttle starts to come in on a deep bank into up towards the sea, the surface. You can start to see the waves. Burrell, it's probably like a kind of like this coming up real close to us. Like it's coming up a lot closer than you're expecting. Let me just check here. As a shuttle collides with the tendril, it zaps the hull, and a powerful electrostatic charge starts to flutter and disable the impulse engines and begins to send the vessel into a freefall. As you're trying to kind of use the maneuvering thrusters with Harvey's help, it's a number 5. It's a number 5 on the scale. Yeah, it's a number 5. You're banking down. The maneuvering thrusters just, start to work properly, start to kick in as you're getting to that kind of like surface. And you manage to skim like a stone along the ocean waves and kind of slowly splash into the water. The runabout is slowly bobbing on the surface of the sea, but you can see in front of you through these glass panels, the water just very slowly start to rise.
Shit. Okay, everybody up.
What is the plan here? Is it...
Pasha looks around for life preservers.
So those would be your EV suits.
Wait, it's fine.
Oh, wait, it's a spaceship.
Runabout.
Hang on,
It can
sorry.
survive underwater. There's no panic. We just need to
Oh, I'm panicking.
stabilize. It's fine. Let me just get the
That's
stability.
Susie's brain then
sprinting.
for a second.
We literally drove a runabout underwater, not an episode ago.
We don't have any hull breaches or anything, right? It's just the engines that
Yeah.
thawed.
It was
Yeah.
only one flyboy training's worth of travel time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we haven't got any hull breaches, I will work on the stabilized thrusters so that we don't sink as far as we want to sink.
Okay, cool. If you want to make me a control and engineering task with a difficulty of 1, then please.
Sure. 2.
Brilliant. So let's give you a point of momentum in there as well. Lovely. All right. And so you managed to kind of restart the stabilizers, the impulse engines. You've got an effective shuttle at this point too. Eka's Harvey's working, and Burrell, if you're kind of surveying the scene outside, you're not too far away from the kind of that sunset kind of ring that you're targeting as the most concentrated in terms of buildings and energy signatures. Under a sunset sky, you can see ahead of you a band of black kind of basalt pillars rising out from the water, with several 400-meter tall spires across the horizon. Each of these spires has a flat top, and you can see reminiscent glowing veins, blue veins, kind of coursing through them. So you can see this Tilakal architecture in the distance, and there seem to have been these kind of pillars, kind of, rise up along with them as well, and kind of intermix with them as well. You also see what seem to be possibly ships, kind of landing or taking off from the tops of the spires, but they don't. You do not recognize and just have no idea of kind of what like shape they could be, what configuration they could have. They seem almost to kind of like, they must be very glossy or something. They seem to kind of shimmer in the sky as they're going. It's very, like, for us, it's very kind of like UFO like kind of thing.
Not Romulan.
make me a reason or an insight and another con. Lots of cons today.
Okay. I'll do insight and con.
You've got a
just
momentum
as-
point as well, but it's only difficulty 1. Well, no, difficulty
Yeah.
2 because it is like completely alien at this point.
Okay. I'll just roll the 2. Oh, complication.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
and a complication. All right, I will bank a couple of the threat for a complication. Yeah, just keep a little more for myself. Okay.
So that's fine.
I changed the music from the original series. I was enjoying the little beep beep beeps. Where are we? We've got a. There is actually a crash shuttle soundscape that I haven't used yet, so we're going to use that.
Well, I could facilitate that for you, Samantha.
That's all right. Yeah.
Oh, that is dire sounding.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
Everything's on fire. Oh, God.
Oh, well, let's just rain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of raining outside. There's a little futz from the engines. You can hear there's kind of like thunder and static still in the atmosphere. So there is like lightning and stuff skirting across the sky. But now that you are down at this level, underneath the kind of static interference from the atmosphere, you can start to get some kind of readings from the sensors and such like that. So I guess the options kind of here in front of you now are either traveling with the shuttle to kind of the target area, like looking down at this ring of spires and islands and stuff, or it's trying to get some scans from it to kind of understand more and maybe pick up really well, like there are ships maybe here, like who they might be or what's going on there. So what do you guys like to do?
I think scans are a first point of order, so we at least have a little bit of data about what we're walking into.
Okay. Nice. So if you're doing that, then it's going to be science and I'm looking at the ship sheet, so I have no idea. Can't remember what, reason, insight. It's usually reason.
Oh boy. Okay. I will use our momentum for an extra die, and someone, for the love of God, please assist me with a higher science score than 1.
I mean, I got a science 3, so I could help.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could be like reviewing the scans that are coming back and kind of, talking to Burrell about what that could be. So
Could I do insight science?
Yeah.
Right. And that's just that's an assist roll, right? Just
Yeah,
a
it's
one?
an assist roll, so it's just 1d20.
I don't have a focus here, but here we go. There's a 1 from Pasha.
And the ship is going to give you no
Nothing.
successes, I'm afraid. Just the sensors stuff. Okay, so with a scan of the kind of pillars and the kind of structure in front of you, this kind of honeycombing structure in front of you, there's a frequency of vibrations here that seems to kind of pulse through the spires. And as you've said in your log, you guys have been following like tetryonic filaments, little kind of like thin kind of strands of that effectively, that seem to be kind of, an anomalous kind of thing out in space. And then these sometimes concentrations, sometimes spikes of EM radiation that Eka suffered whilst they were in the little subspace bubble that you guys were in. But yeah, these seem quite reminiscent of that. Quite reminiscent as well of those larger kind of explosive pulses that you have seen as well from that one of the first missions that you went on in the runabout.
Okay.
Looking for those signals.
Commander, what do you think? Is this like Tilical Central?
I don't know if it's central, but we are on the money. It definitely is what we've been experiencing previously.
You guys got
Yeah.
3 successes right there. So actually, let me give you 2 momentum as well. And I'll remind you as well that you can ask me questions too about this stuff.
Funny you should mention that, because I would like to ask if we're detecting any sort of life signs on the scanners, you know,
Yeah,
that might to do with
Pasha
the weird ships.
Pasha has a similar question of like, are those ships or are they organic? Are they life forms?
Are they like of the same
Mhm.
put together of the jellyfish thing, you know? Are they
No jellyfish type things here, but near the water of those spires seem to be clusters of, and you can see them now as well on not only the scans but out of the viewports, shimmering particles that seem to flash in a variety of different colours, all the kind of colours of the visible spectrum, possibly more. And your scans indicate that these are living beings, but with an electrical biosign. And they appear to be fluctuating. If anything, Pasha, based on your even the vaguest of understanding of alien life and alien biosignatures, they could be in trouble because of the fluctuation. They're certainly not stable life signs.
Seems like whatever that is, it's under distress. I mean, I don't know if it's connected to this whole Tilakal concept of the, what was it called? The soul, what you call the soul, right?
a dairy? Yeah.
Yeah. We should
Could be.
probably attempt to help.
Yeah. It's our duty as Starfleet.
I'm not Starfleet, but I'm just happy to help.
All right, Harvey, Eka, can you get us moving towards the spires?
Harvey comes out from under a console.
Yep. Good lad.
Sits back
maybe
down.
Always
maybe you should
popping
take
out
the
of
pilot
places.
seat this time, Harv.
Are you sure? I mean, it was
Yeah.
your first go.
Maybe my next one will be a pilot, but I don't think this one is.
Okay. Well, we'll find another station for you.
Hey, we're all really proud of you.
I mean, in all fairness, this is a runabout, and you
Don't
trained
patronize me.
on a starship.
I'm not.
So they
I'm
are
being
vastly
completely
different.
earnest. I mean, you tried to do something new, and we're in one piece, and you did your best, and well, I'll put a sock in it.
Thank you.
So you want us to get closer?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to take us in closer.
Okay. So you carefully pilot the shuttle on its thrusters, heading up to the kind of bank of the basalt kind of coastline that you've got in front of you, and you can see those honeycombing Tilakal structures with its tall towers and the kind of spires mixed, kind of natural looking spires mixed up in it. Do you guys basically kind of just head on out, like open the, you know, there's the kind of doorway hatch thing in the runabout? Do you just kind of head out onto the cliffs, or are you trying to hover near one of it and look, and like what's the situation?
Yeah, I don't think we should hover our ship directly like over one of these people. We should land and get out on foot.
I'm assuming the atmosphere is breathable, right?
It is, yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Do you want to go test? Stick your head out half.
Yeah, it's fine. Stick my head out of a window. Yeah, we're good.
All right. You open the runabout's doors as you land just on the shoreline, basically. And you head on over to where your tricorders are clearly indicating there are these life signs. And there's these clusters of shimmering particles flashing in a variety of rainbow colours. The alien bodies appear to be a clear liquid, but they seem to be dissolving and in some distress. So the best way to assist might be to try to utilize some kind of energy field to get them out of it. But if this is life, it's clearly like not as you know it, right? And you're quite like not sure exactly maybe how to help. So any help is going to be difficulty 3.
Okay. I think Burrell steps forward. She goes, "I'm commander," and then she like sort of sees the weird goopy thing. She's like, "That's okay." All right, Pasha. If we if we can, Harv, hang on, Pasha, Harv, I need you, huddle. Eka.
Pop out, Harvey.
Okay, if we can sort of reconfigure one of our tricorders to output a interference for whatever might be interfering with them, do you think maybe we could stabilize them, or at least try to get into a sort of stabilizing field?
Do we think it's connected to the radiation?
Most likely is with the Tilical tech, which is doing this. It's done it with all sorts of tech previously. It crashed several shuttles. Seems to be affecting them.
So find some way of canceling out the radiation.
Or partitioning them off so it doesn't affect them?
Yeah. Think we have the ability to do that right now? Give it a go, at least.
Everyone looks at Harvey.
I mean, I would like to know more about what's happening after a few scans from the tricorder to try and figure out what at least is happening. And then if I know what's happening, then maybe I can come up with a solution. Okay, I'll quickly give him a scan with my tricorder to try and figure out maybe not exactly what's happening, but if there is something happening to the thing that's causing it, how to stop that from happening.
Yeah. Okay, let's use that as one of the assist die, I think, then.
Yeah.
And that can be like reason or insight and science or...
Reason and science?
Yeah. So that could be your assist die. So keep hold of that for now. But I imagine that Pasha is probably leading this from a kind of medical standpoint. Who else would like to assist? Yeah.
I have good medicine skill.
Cool. All right. So if you want to use... So rather than applying it, maybe we're using reason because you're trying to kind of figure it out with Pasha. And then Pasha, this might be reason and medicine. But also could be daring because you're kind of going with what you...
Not daring. No, it's reason. Yeah.
If we're like... Sorry, I was just going to say that if we're reconfiguring a tricorder to like adjust to negate the interference, is it possible that I could assist with some engineering?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, daring or reason and engineering would work as well for this here too. All right. So
Pasha's rolling reason medicine. I'm using the emergency medicine focus.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, all this difficulty 3 altogether. Oh. Eka getting us that crit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more momentum.
Nora's an engineer at heart.
Yeah, way to go, Ice Boy.
One of us was.
And by harnessing the kind of, I don't know, like a burst of energy, reconfiguring a tricorder in order, you're kind of making do with what you have, but you are managing to, it seems, based on the readings that you've got, Pasha, start to kind of stabilize a little bit of this creature's form. And as you do, as you're just kind of scanning and as, the team is working, the watery... electrical static kind of being that you have in front of you begins to solidify a little bit, almost into a kind of a glass in patches, and then starts to the water around your feet as well starts to starts to solidify. It doesn't feel cold either, but it starts to kind of solidify literally like around your feet and maybe around your knee as you're maybe kneeling down or something.
He's gonna back away. I mean, like, just I don't want to be stuck like in other beings. So just gonna get clear, and also at the same time, like maybe try to do some diplomacy here, and be like, I'm not sure if you can understand us, or if there's a way that we can communicate between species. My name is Pasha. We're part of the United Federation of Planets. You seem to be in distress, and we want to help. That sort of thing.
The lights and the flashing of different colors in front of you from this being start to make the same pattern. Now that you're concentrating, starts to make the same pattern, and the same colorful pattern is repeating.
They're trying to communicate. They're sending us a message. You see this? It's the same colors. Boop, boop, bop, bop, bop. And then there's a pause, and then just sort of points it out to everybody. But I mean, we'll need to translate it somehow.
I am going to spend a couple of threat
Okay.
to bring in this. As you guys are looking at this, as Pasha begins to point this out to you, you will begin to notice as well that the lights seem to be making a kind of a pattern, seem to be in a kind of a rhythm. The colors seem to be the same and stuff like that. A group of crystalline spheres hovering about, floating in the air, about 1 meter in diameter each, make their way over towards you. They have the same kind of electrostatic kind of charge in them, and this colorful light configuration about their being. And they flash a series of rapid speckled lights at you.
We step away and assume a non-aggressive posture. Well, Pasha does.
I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna follow Pasha's lead. Like, Pasha's the diplomat here. I'm not.
Yep.
Okay. You can make me a presence and command test.
That's my jam.
The difficulty right now is going to be 5, just based on what you've done up until this point. There might be a way, and there might be a certain piece of technology that can help you.
Well, for one thing, he's going to use his diplomacy focus. And I don't know, like, if any more technologically minded people have an idea.
Ek has got the tricorder in their hands.
Trying to pick up the pattern?
Is going to try to scan it to pick up the pattern, and even produce the same light pattern that the one that we're helping has produced.
Okay.
Just to show them that we're trying to, like, learn their language and understand.
Okay. Roll me a reason and engineering task to reconfigure that tricorder, and then to try and also kind of just repeat that same pattern. What are you trying to have the spheres either do or maybe like understand?
You go ahead.
Oh, no.
I was going to say we just want them to know that we're not their enemies, that we're here to help, and we're not trying to hurt whatever is being affected here, but heal it.
I think that's, I just sort of look at Pasha. What do we want it to say?
We wanted to say that, for lack of a better term, we come in peace, and we're here to help.
We got to think in real simple concepts here if we're trying to learn this language.
Not bad. Good.
Friendly.
Friendly. Okay. So I'm going to try and analyze and figure this out.
Try and analyze the light pattern. So this is going to be difficulty 3, reason and engineering. Okay. You've got 4 momentum in the pool as well, by the way.
I would definitely love to spend at least one of those die for an additional success, or for an additional die to roll. And I'm calling on Tava's physics folk. Not Tava. Tava's physics focus, I think.
Okay.
Just sort of trying to draw into the science of this. And 1, 2. I think that's. Ooh. Pasha, is Pasha assisting at all with the message?
Yeah, I mean, I can, but we're dealing with like technology
Or
here,
is this
right?
more
The
like
aspect of actually,
is this like more of a like me trying to scan and parse this information?
there's a communication aspect to it, right? But it's also very using the tricorder to recognize the pattern and process it. So I'm not sure he could help with the second part. He could help with the first part.
Would I be able to buy a second die just on the off chance?
I would.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Baba Booey. Ah!
Nice.
Whoa!
And with 5,
Nailed it.
Let's go. Let's
you
go.
get
With
a
a crit.
couple of momentum as well as the success. And you, the universal translator starts to work its way into understanding these light patterns, and it beams a few lights, not in the same pattern as the being that you were helping, but it beams it a couple of times, kind of just above it, almost holographically, and the spheres stop and wait, and they lower a little bit, and they kind of retreat just a little bit,
Non-aggressive posture.
and they begin like flashing other combination of lights at you as well. So now
Can
we're
you
in
read that? Do you know what they're saying? We're now in a conversation.
now we're in a translation moment. So yeah, so so bear in mind as well with that 3 momentum that you've got in the bank, 2 from the test that you've got, you could spend 2 to essentially have gone, right, universal translator figures this out. Give
What's
yourselves a
that?
I think
trade.
it's worth it.
Yeah?
That's pretty
That's
important.
pretty good,
right?
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Cool.
Make it so.
Yeah. All right.
It's from the,
And the universal
they said the thing.
translator begins to work its magic. It translates that they are telling you, we are sun seekers. Leave alone what is natural.
So they don't want us to help the
Oh.
things that are in distress.
It's a natural process.
They begin to slowly kind of loom and begin to split off. The 3 of them begin to kind of slowly, not quite surround you yet, but they're kind of moving. Burrell, you can tell
Spreading
they're
out.
moving into that posture.
They're
right?
getting,
just
I'm like,
slowly.
So we
Half-
need to
cut the
we
feed.
need to
cut the
stop.
feed.
Cut the feed,
Yeah.
Harvey.
Yeah, I'll cut it.
I think Eka is going to put in a message that says, we did not understand.
Tried to help.
Tried to assist. Forgiveness, please. And just send that message.
They say to you with their lights, the universal translator translates it as, who are you?
I mean, Pasha, then again, we are travelers from the United Federation of Planets. And then he's also, I get the feeling he would also like put heads together with Burrell too about like what do we want to communicate to them here. Like he's happy to be the diplomat, but we want to know what we want to tell them.
Okay, so we need to get to those Telokal ruins. Let's test the waters about asking about them and see what their reaction is there. Because it could be like a similar position to like your people, Pasha.
Yeah.
This whole could just, their whole civilization could be on top of these and they have no idea. Or
Right,
it could be
right.
something else. I don't know. But let's test the walls.
Yeah. All right. So, we are explorers, part of United Federation of Planets. I keep saying that United Federation of Planets, like they know what that is, and here to investigate strange readings and what do you think? Radiation, you know? What's happening? Is everything here proceeding normally? Is everything safe? And that sort of sentiment.
You get back. The translator only really works out a word initially, which is, or actually kind of says, this is a blessing.
Oh.
They were weak.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I have a constant scan looking for the radiation that we followed here? The EM radiation spike that brought us to this star system and planet. I want to keep an eye on for another spike, even if it's a small one, to see where it's actually specifically coming from, if it is coming from those particular towers.
I am going to spend a threat in here just to kind of interrupt you there to bring this into... So actually, sorry, I'm down to that 11 on the in-arm roll 20. As a dozen more angular-shaped beings, these kind of like glassy, crystalline beings, begin to arrive, begin to float into place. They're even just the positioning and the posturing, you can tell by the kind of situational awareness that like the spheres and these angular beings, you know, obviously are kind of maybe in conflict or in slightly standoffish with each other as they kind of like begin to kind of float around you.
You got a Sneetches situation going on.
The lights flashing across these individuals are kind of slower and they seem to be more calming and rhythmic. We are the cooperative. What is happening here?
Repeats the prime directive catchphrase stuff. And,
Travelers, explorers, peaceful,
travelers,
not a
explorers,
threat.
peaceful, non-threatening. And then asks, is there a conflict here? Basically, like, are you of opposed wishes or motivations?
Yeah. Opposed thoughts about the crisis.
Tell me more about the crisis. Like I'm talking to AI here. Okay.
One of the group of aliens flashes a hypnotic kind of pattern, strangely hypnotic pattern, and your head starts to ache as if it's kind of feel like it's being pulled almost out of its skull. And around you appear images of yourselves and these spherical sun seekers playing out the first contact situation that just occurred. You're frozen in place, it seems. You have kind of a sensation of your body, but you are seemingly frozen in place, and you see your scene play out in front of you that's just happened. And when the angled beings begin to arrive, the vision dissolves, and you can roleplay appropriately, but effectively the kind of wind's taken out of you. You take a knee, or you kind of drop to the ground, or you feel disorientated, that kind of thing.
Pasha's a little woozy, but says, yes, this is what just happened. He's assuming that like the spherical ones were showing these other creatures what just happened, or what the exchange was like. Although it's like, he will also add, this is uncomfortable for us.
Yeah.
Like, not cool. No consent. Yeah.
Apologies. This is Kalmira. And now you've got one of the angular kind of one that kind of flashed that pattern that started that whole kind of vision effectively, floats forward towards you. I am Air Amin Gold. Lead unifier. Time refraction necessary to assess you. travelers peaceful. You were not harmed. Sorry you were disoriented. This most effective means to determine root cause.
Right. I think Pasha replies when there's a window, just says, "Forgiven. I am Pasha of Irboka." He, like, introduces everyone. And we understand.
And there's more flashes of lights as they kind of voice once again, Crisis, you helped dying Kalmira.
Weren't we told not to help because it's the natural order thing?
Yes.
I mean,
By
The Sunseekers
Hardcore.
said, yeah.
I mean,
Sunseekers said, "Do not interfere." And that's why we stopped.
Ekka's going to just put it out there. We're looking for technology that might not be yours. Belonging to beings known as the Tilakal. Do you know them?
We do not. Though these spires predate us.
The spires are Tilakal, are of Tilakal. Perhaps their malfunction is what's causing your illness.
And they say back to you, effectively, perhaps you should come. All voices deserve to be heard.
Cool. I'm cool with the Talmira. The Almira. Great folks. Kalmira. Terrific. Yes,
All right.
we will come.
Lead the way.
Lead the way.
All right. And they take you. Probably getting back in your runabout. They take you because they can just float around and fly, right? Basically, and they head off to where are we? Ancient spires. They head further into a more concentrated, they're almost like skyscrapers a little bit, where you get that feeling of like being in an urban area but in a completely alien landscape. This beautiful kind of sunset, like red reflected sea intermixed with the basalt shoreline and the big Tilakal towers. And you eventually reach a point where they actually head to one of the top kind of Tilakal towers. And there is no, seats architecture like that is humanoid to speak of. But it's a large enough for the runabout to set down. And then also for a whole council, a whole assembly of Kalmira around you, all flashing various messages to and from each other. The Kalmiran representatives discuss these vibrations, and what they're doing is they seem to be destabilizing the, they're going to use words concepts like life or thought or being. They're destabilizing their being, essentially. Even though these ancient spires, as they call them, are sacred to some of the citizens. Armin, the one that was kind of, just talking
Armin
with
Gold.
you. Yeah. Armin Gold wants to dismantle one. To look into it, to analyze it. It's at that point that floating forward, a representative that the universal translator processes as Rakana L. Orange, declares themselves as a sun seeker, and in that sense you can tell because they are purely spherical. So, flanked by a few of their spherical allies, they float forward, and they say that they are not affected by these pulses. They have high resistance to vibrations. These landmarks are natural, and therefore cannot be the root of the problem.
If given the floor, like this seems like a very like Senate sort of, you know,
Yeah.
ancient Roman, like, and if given the floor, Pasha would say, we have seen things on other planets that show us that these are not natural things. They were built by a race called the Tilical. That and we think that there is something that is malfunctioning within them, and if we are allowed to examine them, we may be able to stop this effect from hurting anyone. And that seems like a worthy cause to us, basically.
If you are peaceful explorers, you will respect our sacredness of these spires, of these ancient spires. They even go as far as to threaten Aramin Gold, with the Sunseekers will announce that they will cut off the city's metal and gas, metal and glass. Like, you know, it's a strange kind of vocabulary,
resources.
but you process the fact that maybe
it's
they're
a Settlers
kind
of Catan situation.
Yeah. They're not going to contribute. They're not going to trade with somewhere called that they call the Ray. But I'd love you to roll a check for me.
Yes.
To see if we can make all this work. Yeah, absolutely. So you're not assisted by you. This is made possible by your universal translator that you now have. And
so
I think in order to really succeed here and convince this, it depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to convince the Sunseekers that everything's going to be cool, you don't have to cut off the resources,
chill out a little bit.
Everyone work together, we're going to work this out for you. I think that's going to obviously to you be more difficult. But if this is just a case of we can help you, or we don't really need your permission because we've got these guys backing us up, then that's going to be easier.
I think that so last time Pasha has a value that is clarity, but if you remember, I burned that last time because he was trying to communicate with the planet, and so that's changed now, and it's communication is worth the effort. Is the new value. So even when it goes wrong, you keep trying to be clear and communicate with other people.
I love it so much.
He's also got efficiency, but also diplomacy is one of his focuses. So this is right up his alleyway.
Okay. So did you want to?
How can I know ahead of time? How hard would it be? To succeed at talking the Sunseekers down and be like, we want peace, but we don't want peace just for you. We want peace and wellness for everyone.
Throughout the discussion, I think you kind of come to this position where you understand that to get them to essentially agree to just you being allowed to pull apart these things, have a look at them, figure out what the hell's going on. Then it's going to be difficulty 4 because just of how spiritually kind of invested they are in these things. However, what I'd say then is based on the fact that they're kind of threatening to cut off this, kind of city, essentially. This city's they're part of the resources that they contribute to it and stuff from the Ray. That would be success at cost. So there'd be no outright fail here, but it would be whether that you can successfully negotiate the fact that they won't cut off those resources.
Would you like an assist?
I would, and I think our chances are pretty good here. So I get, what do I get from values? That lowers the crit range?
So your values, you can
Or
use your
raises-
determination to do kind of a couple of things in this situation. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
either spend it and before rolling, you add a third die, but that's already rolled a 1, so you get 2 successes straight off the bat. But buying more dice is then going to be a bit more expensive. Or you can wait to see what you roll with whatever dice you
Yeah.
buy with momentum and stuff, and then you can re-roll any number of d20.
Okay. I am going to. I'm not going to spend. I'm going to use my talent of charming demeanor, which is that when I engage in a social interaction or conflict with another character, I can re-roll a d20. So I'm going to count on that.
Okay, nice.
I'm going to ask for an assist from Eka. And I am going to use my focus of diplomacy. And yeah, and
Did you want to use...
and my new communication value.
Okay, yeah. So did you want two more successes then? And then you can rely on that one re-roll that you've got as well later. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
Sounds good.
Did you want to buy any more dice as well? So you've already got a third die that's rolled two successes.
No, I don't think
No?
so. I think he feels confident about this.
All right.
So I'm rolling 2 here.
Mhm.
It's a 1 and a 2. So
Very
3 successes
nice. So it's for 5 already. Eka?
I could give you 2 threat to get an extra 2 successes, or I can just roll the singles. I don't think I want to give the threat just yet for voice of authority. We've already succeeded. I'm just going to do a 1. Would my focus of interplanetary trade negotiations help?
I mean, they're talking about resources.
Yeah, kind
They're
of.
talking about
Yeah,
resources.
kind of. Yeah.
All right, that's 1
Yeah.
success.
One
for me.
more. So that's 6 successes in total. Gives you a couple more momentum. We're up to 3 in the pool now. So that just goes back there to 3. Lovely stuff. And that means that you kind of successfully managed to communicate the Sunseekers down a little bit, just to we are not basically we're not gonna harm it. Like, we are peaceful. We have ways of looking at, like your weird time thing this guy can do. We can do present.
We have our own things.
We can do present day, but scan with look through things, and you're kind of communicating what you can do, and you manage to do an effective job of that. Aramin offers to send a guide with you and effectively charges you that you seem knowledgeable on these things and the possible origin of the ancient spires. And so he asks that you return with evidence that the vibrations are harming the environment, so that the Sunseekers will finally kind of see reason, essentially.
Sure. That's reasonable.
That representative is floated towards you and is Sar Ayla Blue. We can just call them Blue, if you like. That's much easier for us on a tired Tuesday.
And they're going to go with us.
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's a kind of slow, soft rumble from just kind of underneath the vast spire kind of column that you're stood on, and just rising up just above that lip of the kind of drop off, just kind of 20-30 meters away, is this kind of glass ship, maybe floats in
Wonka Vader?
Yeah.
Were they very similar to the ships we saw earlier around the...
You would regard them as similar, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then Sir Isla Blue invites you aboard the skiff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If this thing won't melt or fall apart because of the radiation, right? We're good. Let's all get on this glass ship.
Harvey wants to know how this thing is propelled. He wants to look at the engine.
Okay. So the there's like a top hatch that opens, and inside is water, like up to the brim. Like it's like a reverse submarine.
Oh,
And so Sir Isla Blue just kind of they just kind of like go
What?
inside. They just float inside and bop around and just kind of wait around a bit.
Pasha looks at everyone.
Asha, could you explain to them that we can't?
hold on. Just tell him we
Just put
need
the-
5 minutes. We'll get the EV suits. It'll be okay.
Mhm. That's what I'm thinking. Right?
Yeah.
Our suits, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. And
Just
I'll
hope
explain
it's not
that.
a
You know,
long journey.
our species cannot survive underwater. We need special suits. We can get them. It won't take long. That sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you grab your EV
He
suits.
also has a focus in etiquette and, you know.
Nice. All right. You guys can suit up. Yeah. Zip. Like a zip. It's what it is.
It's the suit. He wears the space cardigan over the EV suit.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And they were always quite shiny.
It's quite plasticky though, aren't they?
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Plasticky. It's the white ones from First Contact. It's those ones.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're quite plasticky and
Oh,
stuff.
we've got old, ancient ones.
Do you mean old ones? No, you haven't. You've got
We've
got
got
some
the
from
updated
the
ones.
cast.
Contemporary.
We're fine.
Replicate
Yeah,
them
yeah,
from the
yeah,
cast.
These are
we
like
were
in
about.
fashion right now.
You've got the
Yeah.
proper
We're
next
fine,
gen
we're fine.
Picard white ones from First
We all
Contact.
look around at each other and say, "These are good suits. These are sharp. Everyone looks
Yeah.
really good."
All right, so you kind
I
of
need
like
to remember what Strange New Worlds EV suits were like, because they had them in season 2, I think.
Did they? I can't remember them now.
I think they were the shiny ones.
Discovery had some very like technologically looking
Yeah.
shiny suits. Okay, so as you dive into the ship, into the skiff, Sila Blue like starts to like flash very excited lights at you and starts to kind of like hover around you and is kind of having a good perceive of these suits. And Pasha starts beginning to kind of, you know, talk to you very excitedly,
Explain.
communicate with you about the fact that they are a member of they are a bead. They describe themselves as a bead, and basically they are kind of what you can describe as like tech obsessed, like tech interested. So they're very interested
Pasha's
in like what
I
is
would
this?
like to
What does it
introduce you
do?"
to my friend Harvey. and like a little bit of a friendship matchmaking thing going on of like
Harvey wants
you
to
two have
have-
a lot to talk about.
Harvey's asking about how the engine, what it runs on, how does it work. He wants to know what propulsion system's being used, how energy
Have I
gets
got-
through this system.
Have I got an interesting story for you? And this is
Oh.
literally, we are pouring into bits of the book now. Right, remember
Yeah.
page 166? We need to go back to it,
166.
but I need to
I
find
will
this
not
page.
remember that.
You won't. I'm not expecting you to, don't worry. I need this thingy. Okay. This is somewhere. Show me the things. Calmiran ships, skiffs like this, but also ships that they describe as kind of, you know, going into space, basically, going into the great void, are created when groups of dying individuals choose to transform their bodies and consciousness into a durable crystalline vessel.
Pasha loves this. Pasha's like, that's so efficient.
The ships
It's
are
like-
filled
it's-
with water in which the crew float.
It's like using every part of the buffalo from indigenous people. This is great. It's
We're
recycled
riding in a
people.
bunch of corpses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't it cool?
I mean, it's depending on how do your species deal with death. I mean, do they have funerals, Asha? Do they?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have, well, there's sort of remembrances, you know, and I mean, it's very emotional. It lasts up to 5-10 minutes.
Right.
Traditions.
Okay.
I like that.
In
It's
the
very efficient.
yeah, and in the water, blue actually goes back from crystal form into their like liquid form.
Oh,
So now
They
it's just
look
like
different, like in
So-
liquid.
so in liquid now it just looks like there's like this little static like ball of electricity floating around in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
light patterns as well.
I think they're comfortable with us. I like
They're
that. I'll
an
take it as a good
energy.
sign.
They're like an energy life form, but when out of water, they solidify and
Well, they can. So yeah, so you know, this is learned as you're
Yeah,
essentially
yeah.
being piloted, being flown to your location.
So wait a minute. What's the energy source to move this then?
So they describe that Calmiran scientists invented an anti-gravity implant. It's derived from a design of mechanical beads that were discovered at an excavation of a spire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's already, into.
Calmirans can elect to have them implanted, which allows them to float in the air and fly around and stuff, while in solid or liquid form. The devices are meant to be permanent and can be removed if they want. But the ships basically have a bunch of those in them because the Calmirans that died to create the ship had them in them.
I'm curious, is everything in your society built from deceased Chimerans? So, for example, buildings built from them and other things around? Do you just reuse?
Not everything. While we are liquid, we can also change water to solid, but it's not us. And like they do it like that, so there's essentially this kind of piece of glass forms in the water and then kind of floats as if a piece of glass would, starts to fall down towards the bottom of the vessel. And they say, that's not me, that's the water.
That's just something you've made. Yeah.
I've altered its state.
Altered the molecules of it to make it solid instead of liquid. Gotcha. Okay, that's quite. It's an interesting. It's quite. It's an interesting use of technology that probably Harvey hasn't, well, definitely probably hasn't seen before. Alas, not something that can be used elsewhere, but still very interesting indeed.
I mean, the anti-gravity implant technology might be interesting, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Well,
I don't know if that could be repurposed for different species or not, but
that's bioengineering. That's well beyond my. Well beyond.
Me too. I think Pasha, just as they go down, Pasha is just trying to get the impression of so Blue is what Blue's opinion of the ones that the Sunseekers called weak, you know what I mean? And their demise or their distress, like what Blue's opinion of that is. And, whether they deserve to be restored or should they just be left to pass into something else and change?
No, it's a terrible crisis. Many Calmirans are dying. And Sunseekers just believe they are better.
Could we? Maybe not. I was wondering if we could get a scan on the two and compare them to see why they're more resilient, but I think that's more of a kind of
you don't have both subjects anymore, unfortunately, as you guys are starting to travel, and you are effectively for you, like if you've traveled long distance on a plane and the kind of sun is or that the sun is setting for any of us really, but it's like the sun is effectively setting as you're moving further away from the twilight band and into what Blue described as a freezing unknown dark.
I think that Pasha, just as they're talking about that one thing they were just talking about, just to put a button on it would be like, just in reference to the Sunseekers, like every species has people like that. And it's a universal struggle. The people who think they're better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, humanity doesn't anymore, but they did.
Sure you don't. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Everything's great on
Brainwashed.
Earth.
Humanity is utopian. Humanity is great. Everyone is equal.
You really drank the milk on that one.
Further into the unknown dark you head, where the sea is coated in a thick ice. And then after an hour or so's travel, quite a speed, under the coloured auroras and the sparkling jellyfish overhead in the atmosphere, you see below you through the glass vessel a shipwreck, it seems. It's an unknown configuration, but it seems to be a small vessel, maybe kind of like just bigger than kind of runabout scale. But it seems to have stuff like jury-rigged, cobbled onto it, attached, and it seems to be, effectively like floating on the surface of the ship. So
when you say a ship...
Oh, sorry, not floating. It's in the ice, isn't it? So it's in the ice.
Sorry, when you say a ship, do you mean a
I don't mean
flying
like,
ship?
I don't mean like pirate ship. I mean
boat?
like a starship.
Starship, okay.
Like a small starship.
Do you recognize the model, Harvey?
Do I recognize what it is?
You don't recognize it kind of straight, kind of off the bat necessarily, but Pasha, why don't you make me a reason and con test?
It's going to be not as successful as my
Just
last one.
Difficulty 1.
Okay. Here we go. That is something. 0 and a critical fail.
Okay, so...
A 20.
With the complication...
Um,
Our ship's over there. Oh.
100% Romulan. 100%.
You absolutely know what this... Yeah, you absolutely know what this vessel is. And it is... you were saying, oh yeah, no, there's definitely... you definitely think there's some like traders, maybe green-skinned traders that had like made contact with the Akari.
Yeah. We've had a contact with some traders, and that's the kind of ship they had.
Green.
See how it's silver?
Green
There's
skin
the silver.
I think
traders.
it's important we shouldn't jump to conclusions. There are a lot of green-skinned aliens.
Yeah, but and then like Burrell's looking right at Eka. There's
one in particular that hates me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, well, okay. What we can do is memorize this location. We can use the tricorder to keep this location. And once we're done here, we could use the cast to come and have a proper scan of the wreckage. And then we can determine one way or another if there are any technologies that match what we're thinking.
But we're not the first people to visit here.
No.
Or
Definitely.
We also know that Elarul was really interested in those pillars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
An Orion trader. Pirate, mostly.
Green skin.
Okay.
It's bad
it's
news.
Connecting. Well, doesn't look like much of a threat now, but maybe they're here somewhere. Or
There are no life
maybe not.
signs below, are there?
In the vessel this glass vessel that you're in, you can't really tell how to
Could I
look for
ask?
that.
They
Um,
have they got any sensual real technology to see if there are any like life signs like us, organic?
Yeah.
Like, if that's possible, I could ask.
Yeah, so Cassadrel says, checking now. But as they seem to be the colours, the patterning seems to be, there's some kind of like interaction going on with the kind of wall of the glass wall of the vessel. But suddenly, 2 harpoons launch from the wreck of that starship, and one skims off, glances off the glass, but the other pierces into the hull. Sorry, the Kessadrel, that's the ship you're on, not Blue. And so Blue's checking, and it pierces the glass hull of the ship itself. You guys are narrowly spared. One crystal wall of the ship's interior blinks into the lights, kind of coalesce into a view screen, and displays a kind of little like obsidian cloud. "You're in my dark," the cloud says in a kind of flash of those lights. So this is clearly Calmiran communication going on, because you're having to translate it through your universal translators. "You're in my dark," the cloud says. "If you're lost, go home. If you're a Gavinshari spy, you're dead."
Oh God, we need our chief negotiator.
Pasha, stop
Pasha!
pissing. We need you back here. Oh,
What? I was in the back using the. Oh. I mean, Pacha has to,
He used the puddle in the
expel
back,
waste.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
Little hatch in the back.
Oh, that is a thing, right? Because it's just water in here. Anyway.
oh, I'm
Why
glad I'm
is
in
it
an
Pasha speaks up and says, "We are visitors to your planet. We come here with the permission of the Calmirans. We come in. We are peaceful people, and the whole routine,
Okay.
the whole thing."
Whole routine. All right, make me a presence and command test, difficulty 3.
Okay, using diplomacy focus.
You've got 3 momentum in the pool, so you could easily buy up to 2 more die if you wanted. 2 more die.
Okay, I'll buy 1.
Yep, no problem.
Because again, this is a really strong skill, and I think that rolling 3 die be okay. Here we go. 110. Can I use my trait to reroll that one? My talent, my charming demeanor talent.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
this a social conflict?
Absolutely.
Okay. So rerolling 1. There we go.
Perfect.
There's-
So yeah, you just managed to make yourself known after a couple of slip-ups with the
Mhm.
kind of interface that you've got here. Interesting. I am Garzalash. Come down and see for yourself.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. We're on our way. And Pasha's
hub-
also going to turn to Blue and be
Yeah.
like, "Do you know this guy?"
Oh.
You know.
Yes. Little strange, but very brave being here. He will help us. So
okay.
they will help us.
All right. I trust Blue. So.
The harpoon slowly drags the glass vessel that you're in down to the same level as the wrecked ship. You're able to transfer over. It's a little bit of a walk and such, but as you approach the actual hull itself, Eka, this clearly isn't an Orion vessel of origin. There's a kind of couple of bits of Orion scrap here, but like not. This isn't definitely not an Orion vessel.
I'm slightly less worried now.
The interior is patched.
Player and character.
Yeah. The interior is patched together in a kind of monitoring station situation. It's clearly like they're not flying anywhere here, right? They're like, it's as if something crashed here and they've like reconfigured it for habitation. Yeah, basically. There's a lot of jury-rigged equipment in here as well, but one device stands out, and that is a Ferengi subspace communications unit. There's
Susie. She's like,
I imagine that you explain your mission, and Blue is also quite excited about your mission, and so gives up some of the ghost. No, that's not the right phrase.
I
Gives up
also
some of
would
the
be
info.
like, I also would say, Blue, if you want to yoink my memory out of my head to show this guy, you can.
Oh, it's not memory. It's time.
Like actual time?
Time refraction.
Neat.
Efficient.
Yeah.
They say efficient.
Yeah.
As in
it's so mumuch easier than trying to get someone to believe you.
Yeah. Then kind of like, are you proud of me kind of thing? Like efficient.
Yeah. Pasha. Yeah.
Gang, Blue is really cute. I want nothing
I
bad
like
to happen
Blue.
to Blue.
Pasha approves.
Draw a uwu face on Blue. I'll show you art of the Calmirans after as well.
Tell you what,
little blushing
incoming,
cheeks.
incoming where the ship gets damaged enough, we have to use Blue to repair it just to get out.
Tom!
Oh, why would you
don't-
put that in
don't-
Samantha's brain?
I've got 11 threat here, Tom.
Tom,
All right.
we learned our lesson in After the Fire. We don't say things.
That's
All
true.
right?
Yeah.
Keep them here. We don't say them.
I will book a flight, Tom. I will find you if anything happens to Blue.
All right. I'm gonna change the music up because you're in this derelict now. Where's the derelict one? I had a derelict. It's not a ship adrift. Space battle. Creepy derelict. That's the one I want. Creepy derelict. Okie dokie. So Garzalash's body lights up from black to bright green. They've been recording a signal from the Shadow Spire, a dark region that's different from the others. If you are going to get the best readings that you want in terms of to investigate these vibrations, these signals, whatever they are, you're going to have to zero in on them, but then you're going to have to head down into the depths underneath the ice to get to these shadow spires. We need to go down, they say, all the way down.
What is Pasha's first of all trying to get them to maybe share what some of their learnings are, what they've found out from these readings, and then to say what is there danger inherent in going down there? Keep in mind, we can't breathe water. We're not Calmirian. We are different species. What is it like down there? That sort of thing.
Have not been, but that is where signal is coming from.
What's the signal say, or have you learned anything?
Just strange patterns. Very random.
So probably not Calmirian in origin.
They pause, actually, for a moment, but they say, not sure anything Calmirian in origin.
Ooh, interesting, says Pasha. That's fascinating. All the way down. How far are we talking here? Pasha says in lights.
Yeah. Well, so you're in this, you're in this derelict little ship now, right? So you can even have your helmets off or something. It's effectively you've got an atmosphere. The environmental little readings show it's incredibly cold because you're on the dark side of the planet effectively, but it is somewhat of a breathable atmosphere, very cold. So you've got actual technology you can use around you, so you can whip up a reading or something. You can kind of looking at this kind of stuff, and Garzalash has actually been using the crashed technology from different
from different civilizations,
to try and figure out what's going on. And so you've got little readings out from that. And so essentially signals, they've not been able to map it as much, but like it seems that the spires go kind of like down as well as up. And
interesting.
It's it's the kind of similar depths as where you met your god last time. It's kind of similar depths to the kind of other Telecal facility.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Kind of had to shoot my god. It's all right. It's too soon. Pasha does like turn to the others and say, like, you have more experience with other civilizations. Does any of this look familiar to you? Would any of it be useful?
I mean, if you want to call the Ferengi to get some more spare parts.
We shouldn't do that. No.
Well, they were really nice.
No.
They really wanted to establish trade. Okay. Hey Harvey. There's a bunch of equipment from different civilizations here, and our friend, what's his name again? Garzalash. Garzalash has been interpreting signals from the Underspire, the Dark Spire. And does any of this? I mean, Garzalash. Is any of this technology need of Harvey's brain or not? Or?
I mean, if I can find out, like, what system, what is a mishmash of? Is this a mishmash of just, like, anything he's found and he's kind of, like, smushed it all together?
Yeah. Essentially a big bodge job of, like, there's been a starship of alien origin that you're not familiar with. And then it's been cobbled together with a bunch of different stuff. There's some Romulan tech here. There's even this Ferengi communication device as well.
Is there a console there or anything I can make sense of to figure out like what sensor readings he's been picking up from the?
Yeah, of course.
Place that he's calling it. I can't remember. What did he call it?
Yeah, they called it like the Underspire, Shadow Spire.
The Shadow Spire.
Yeah. I want to see if I can make any sense of these readings from that they've got from the Shadow Spire.
Cool. Right.
Would you like an assist, Tom?
Yeah, I'm not going to say no to an assist.
Roll me a reason and
science
test, please.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be 2.
Difficulty
because of the cobbled together tech. But Susie, you can assist as well. You could assist with engineering if you want. You could assist with science.
Yeah. No science.
You're making this. Well, you're making the stuff work together.
But I've also got a complication.
Good job, Flakes. We got 3 total.
3.
Okay, no, that's cool. So you got 3. That gives you a momentum. So I'll take
blow up the
there
console
for you.
But I get the information.
Yeah. I think that's about it, actually.
No.
Yeah, you kind of short out the information, but you do get it before it just dies a death and you can't review it anymore again. But so what was your question again?
Oh, what sensor readings did he get from the Dark Spire?
So the sensor readings that you're looking at were very similar to the signal that you that like crashed your runabout when you first encountered a Telecal obelisk. Remember that very first obelisk you encountered? It's similar in that sense. There's also definitely kind of it seems to be because the tetryonic filaments, some of the radiation too, seems to be focusing in on this facility.
The radiation that we followed here is focusing directly, specifically at this facility.
The tetryonic filaments in particular, are seeming to pool and to concentrate or to lead you essentially to one place, and this is the Dark Spire.
Okay.
Those signals are radiating out into the rest of the Telecal technology on the planet.
Okay, could I ask if they know of an entrance to the Dark Spire?
if Calmiran could laugh, they would. And then they're like, yes, all the way down.
Can we go?
Yeah,
They've never been that far down before.
I think so.
How many, like, are we going to need the runabout for this? Like, the pressure is going to squash this thing into an egg.
Yeah,
I have a look?
Maybe, yeah.
Can I have a look? Like, is the structural integrity as in it's going to squash into an egg? We go that far
You
down.
can't have a look because of the complication. You've lost those readings, so you can't review them. You got the information and then it just all shorted out. So you're not sure.
I think we go back to the CAS.
I think that's a smart idea.
We could like the
Yeah.
cat
We don't
maybe
want-
so like maybe the cast can be have like brought into the skiff, the big skiff thing that
Sure.
you were on.
Yeah,
Maybe like
yeah,
it's kind of here, but you've just not been using it just now.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
It
but
would
you
be
can.
rude
Yeah.
to use our own while they've got theirs.
Plus, we have
we don't
our
want-
own instruments that we can use for scanning and stuff while we're down there. That's more.
And if Blue is a part of this other ship, we don't want them to be in danger.
That's a good
Blue
point.
is like, no, I'm coming.
Yeah, I thought that was...
Yeah, but you'll come in our ship. We don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's fine.
You can.
They turn
you can
to.
have- I want to go to Blue. Blue, you showed me your technology. I want to show you ours.
Okay. They're
Yeah.
very excited by that. And then they turn to Garzalash and they say, "Bring your recording lens and broadcast module in case we find anything worth telling the world about."
Oh
They're very
my
excited.
God.
Very excited.
You know,
Okay.
I've recently, because I've never done it, and I don't know why. I've been reading the Discworld books. I don't know why I've never read the Discworld books, but they're amazing. And Blue reminds me of the character, the tourist. If anyone has ever read the Discworld books,
Just very excited to be there. Not a
yeah,
clue.
it's just like,
how
oh my
dangerous.
god,
Yeah.
everything is great. We might die, but oh my god.
So,
I see.
okay. With your two Calmiran guides, you fly the cast to the Shadow Spire, which rises quite high, actually, a good few hundred meters from the ocean floor, the iced ocean floor, peeking above the dark ice. But the entrance is at the very top. And then after that, you manage to, just kind of descend or like fly the runabout down into it. And it descends much further into the ice and the sea or the ocean that you might have been expecting. Once you reach the bottom of the spire, you can actually land. It's starting to get flooded down here. You actually start to kind of submerge. But once you reach the bottom, thanks to the lights aboard the runabout and the scans that you've got at in your tricorders, you can see that there is a Tilical exchange airlock inside, which can cycle you in. But that's been flooded as well by scans. Scans indicate. It's EV suits from here in, lads.
That's fine by me.
Yeah.
All right. Lovely.
Gotta get that zip right.
All right.
Leave the
Where's the
cardigan on the runabout.
Yeah.
You guys all going in?
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly.
Nah, I say we go home.
Yeah, just bugger off.
Oh, we've gone this far. We just sod it. Let's go back to Earth.
You know what? I could use a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Trillius Prime is really beautiful this time. Of
Yeah,
year.
I've never
Should
been.
just go. Yeah.
Never been. This is a perfect.
Natalie's
time
like
to
on the
do it.
comms. Don't forget the Romulans. Fucking get on with it.
Yeah. Romulan's
Um,
real bad. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
Since Garzalash has like the recording equipment apparently, that Blue asked them to bring,
Hmm.
Pasha will be like, if you like, I'm glad you have that. We need to bring back something that shows the Sunseekers that this is worth the effort. It's worth our time to stop this radiation. So let her rip.
Thank you. And this little light comes on, blinds you for a second, as it's like camera light directly in your face. Like,
I wave.
Okay, the chamber that you eventually find yourself in. I'm going to use my little underwater ambience here. The chamber you find yourself in contains controls covered in glowing blue veins and runes. Emergency lamps reveal hundreds of stasis sarcophaguses, similar to those that you have found in your previous encounters with Tilical facilities. In the center of the room stands a massive stone archway, the center of which is a solid black void.
That's new.
That's very new.
The remains of a long dead assessor is crumpled near the controls.
Yeah.
And perhaps for the first time, you actually see other Tilical bodies, a couple of them, just in corners. Almost kind of dried, a little bit mummified almost in this kind of atmosphere, just crumpled over, long dead. Scanning. Well, let's get a scan. Who wants to do a scan? Someone give me a scan here.
I can do it. I'm pretty decent with science.
All right, give me a reason and science test.
Reason and
Difficulty
science.
1.
Okay, here we go. 2.
Beautiful. I'll give you that number point of momentum. This is 4 in the pool now, according to my count, I think. So you guys are doing good. Doing good.
Catching up to thread.
Absolutely. Well, you can only get 6 at once, though, can't you, Tom?
Well, you know.
Okay. A scan shows you that the bodies of the sarcophagus pods are Tilical, obviously. Some are actually deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Other Tilical bodies in the sarcophagus display full life sign for just a second, and then nothing, as the life signs fluctuate in time with the rhythmic vibrations that reverberate through the entire facility. So there's a full, like, they are alive life sign, and then there's a kind of weaker one. And like the like most of the sarcophagus, apart from the fully dead, unfortunately unpowered now sarcophaguses.
So when the radiation hits, is that when it goes
When the
down?
radiation hits, a few of the sarcophagus peak with a full life sign, and then dim again.
Okay. So it's the radiation that's powering the facility?
You got 4 momentum in the pool there, Tom. You can ask me questions if you want.
Yeah, I need this. So is the radiation pulses coming into this facility powering the sarcophaguses?
Yeah, so the vibrations, based on your scans, are creating micro fractures in space-time.
Oh, good. Oh.
And so the electromagnetic radiation is kind of coming through potentially from this other dimension.
So those pulses
As-
are essentially ripping them from the dimension, bringing them to reality again, and then taking them back?
So there are moments where certain Tilical even take a
Oh.
breath but fall dormant again with the rhythm of the vibrations. So it's clear to you now, literally based on what you just said, that Tilical Adaria are trying to push through the pocket universe into this dimension to rejoin their bodies.
Okay. We know how to wake them. The radiation.
Mm-hmm.
If that can pull them from where they are, we do a concentrated radiation pulse, but just not a pulse, just constant radiation. That could pull them back from the thing. So at least we now know how to wake them up.
But, excuse me, with how long does that radiation have to hit them for them to stay there? Will it have to hit them their entire lives, or they get pulled back into the subspace?
I have no idea.
Once the Adari's back in their bodies, they're just going to stay there forever?
No idea. I mean, we would have to experiment with it, I guess.
It's kind of a grim thought, but they're not like being pulled in and then dying and then being pulled in and then dying over and over, are they?
I guess it depends on what you define as dying. I mean,
Fair.
they're a Dari or soul, or I'm not sure if your species has a word for it, Pasha. But
Yeah.
like consciousness, I suppose maybe
Yeah.
could be
Being. Yeah.
yeah, being. Yeah, I'm not. I don't really like. I
Essence.
myself don't really believe in a like a soul or anything, but a consciousness or life force or essence or something is.
I'd love to
essentially-
unpack this with you later, but I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah. Is being kind of pulled back into the body where it's currently gets stored, like on a hard drive or something, like on a database, or at least that's the way I view it. And it's almost
Is there a
like
way to
downloaded
save these Tilakal?
Sorry, what was that?
Is there a way we can help these Tilakal? Or
I mean, it kind of depends on what you mean by you want to help them. I mean, I don't think we have a way to direct a certain amount of radiation to wake them up. I could try and figure out a way to shield them from the radiation. Maybe I could think of maybe the facility has a shielding device that I could activate, or something like that. I don't know.
Peak of the radiation seems to also be coming from this archway where there's the black void.
It's the black.
Beyond it.
I want to scan the black. What the heck is that?
All right.
Does it give any readings whatsoever?
Give it a scan for me. This is going to be difficulty 3.
Okay, I'm going to buy some dice
to get
for
a
that
solid
because,
answer off
I
of
need
this.
it. So I will buy a single die. No, it's 3, is it? Could I ask assistance? I wish to share anyone who is in scientific minded, you know, that thing, to help me go through the data that
I've got a 3
think.
in science.
Okay, I'll take you, Pasha. Yeah.
All right.
To
So
go
this would
through the
be
data we find, so we can put our heads together to try and figure out what the hell this means.
This would be reason science.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Or insight? Okay.
Reason.
By the way, I
Reason
did buy
science.
a dice, Sam.
You bought a die?
already. Yeah,
No
yes,
problem.
please.
Pops you down to 2.
I'll assist.
Okay. Okay, good. I've got 4. I've got 4. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I got a 19.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're coochie.
Alrighty.
You're doing great.
Yeah. No, don't touch
More
that,
about
Pasha.
more
God
about
damn it.
keeping you company.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So with 4 successes, difficulty 3 gives you 1 point momentum back. And what is it you're trying? Are you trying to figure out what's beyond in the void, or
I'm figuring out what this void is first, and if it gives, and if what's beyond the void. You know, I essentially the first thing I want to know is what it effectively is this void.
Yeah. But you know, this looks quite similar to your little subspace pocket that you dropped into, and so it looks like that based on its readings. So you can surmise that this is like kind of some kind of link to the Tilakal pocket dimension that they're trying to get back through.
Okay.
I will pocket that threat.
So when you say they're trying to get back through the Tilakal from the other place, they're trying to get back through into reality.
They're just using whatever metaphysical force they have from their psychicness to try and push through.
Okay.
You even think that you can hear faint screaming coming through from the arch.
God, that's terrifying.
Well, no wonder they're freaking going mad if they're constantly being alive and then dying and then being alive and dying.
This is what I'm talking about. This is torture for them.
Sam?
Yeah.
I would like to do one of 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
One, Do I know of a way that I can generate the radiation that's currently, the pulsing, a more steady? Have I got a way of generating that so it's pulsing directly into the void thing? Is there a way that
It's more like the radiation is kind of like coming from the void itself.
Oh, it's coming from the void.
Yeah, it's you. I'll give you this. It's more that you see it as like a byproduct of what's happening, rather than the reason for what's happening.
Do I know of any way to assist in it? To like help tear the rift open to make it easier for them to come through?
Yeah, absolutely. So Blue actually hovers over by it and says to you, there is controls, and there is like some blue Tilical control panel by the archway. You may be able to configure it somehow.
Okay, Chief, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to see if I can rip open this thing and get them all away, or do you want me to close it so that they stay?
I hate you, Tom. I hate you.
This is the command
I know.
decisions that you have to make. I am just a grunt that just follows your commands.
Is this radiation pulse and the associated black void, is that what's affecting Blue and their people?
Radiation, maybe, yes.
Would ripping open this void cause more of that radiation to flood out? Would it make it worse before it got better? Or would it fix it entirely? It's a risk we gotta take.
Hopefully fix it entirely.
Hopefully.
We must try.
Does this radiation have any ill effects on our physiology?
Not with your EV suits on. But yes, like
Okay.
Eka,
Yeah, okay.
Eka literally, almost died to it. So yes.
Yes, of course, yes.
And then they had their whole out-of-body coolness.
Yeah. Cool. Don't take
I've
those
traveled
EV
through
suits
time.
off, folks. Okay. It's your call, Chief.
Let's do it. Let's try it.
Okay. I will
Okay,
do my
folks.
best.
Reason and
to-
science, difficulty 3.
Is this to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll give you reason and engineering as well, seeing as you've always worked
I'll do
on
that.
seeing as you've worked on them with engineering before in the past. Happy to take engineering actually. Have you got that focus in Tilical technology yet, Tom?
No, you haven't given it to me.
No. Well, you gotta.
What do I have to do to get it?
I don't know. There's the XP thing, isn't there, with the
Surely I've
the
got
logs
enough
and the
XP.
thing.
I haven't added anything for centuries.
All right. The next breakthrough you get in your extended task to figure out the Tilical
Okay.
stuff.
This is it. This is
I'll give
the
you
moment.
I'll give you the focus.
Okay.
Yeah, you get this right. I'll give you
'cause
the focus.
I have no focus in this at the moment.
You can swap
so
out one of your focuses. That's what I'll let you
I will.
do.
I will do that. I'll swap out a focus.
If you succeed with this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I already know the focus that's going, so it's cool.
Okay. You've got 3
Uh,
momentum. You've got folks to
I-
assist
Nice.
you.
Can I
Yeah,
assist
please
with
assist.
physics?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
Well-
assist with the engineering.
What's the difficulty?
I
3.
will not assist.
3.
Yeah, 3.
I'm gonna buy a die, at least one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, please.
Let's do 1.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm
Asha,
just.
you don't want to assist with your command and your presence to do the advisor talent?
Would that be? Oh yeah, that's right. I would like to do it better. Thank
Please.
you.
Okay, that is.
I'm gonna
good.
say. I'm
Okay,
gonna
here we
say.
go.
Don't make it worse.
Thank you. Thank
That's
Inspired.
my advice.
you. That-
Inspiring, very inspiring. Very
All right, let's do
inspiring.
this. 3 dice. Let's go. I got 2 and a complication.
Don't make
Here's
it
the
worse.
3.
That means that means you can re-roll one. That is what. the
Oh, I'm
benefit
gonna
of that is
re-roll
for me.
that.
Reroll
horrible-
that complication.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
fuck
no!
off.
Still a complication. Okay.
How did I roll 2?
We got
nat
4
20s?
We got 4 successes though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you your point of momentum back.
I didn't need to. I remember
Hey!
you had
Wow.
something like. Didn't you have something like 4 nat 20s in a row or something at some point?
Well, it was when I killed Borella. It was a 19 and an 18 on the
Yeah,
die. It
that's
was
okay.
not a complication. Thank you
All
very
right, I'm
much.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It was a
I'm
minor
sorry.
complication.
I mean,
All right. That complication is going to unfortunately escalate things.
fine, we got this.
You work with the runes and the correct sequence in order to activate the gate and open it under Burrell's orders. As you successfully manipulate the telecal technology, a swirling pocket of prismatic colour fills the arch and sends a powerful wave of tachyon radiation through the chamber, forcing Garzalash into a brief reverie of time refraction that also envelops all of you. As the wave of radiation washes over you, your head throbs and the chamber goes dark. As the light returns, you see the image of past Blue move warily along the long-dead assessor and float to the pods in the room, somehow modifying their mechanisms. The machinery makes a high-pitched whine and they vibrate nervously. They clearly know they shouldn't be here and they have no idea what they're doing, but look curiously at the beings inside. A sarcophagus, it implodes, crushing the being within it. A shimmery blue silhouette in the flickering archway appears. Friend, what have you done? I'm sorry, was exploring the unknown, found this place. What are you? Displaced. The form extends a hand. Assist my people in retaking physical form in your dimension, and I will show you unknown realms such as you have never imagined. And Blue flutters pink. What must I do? Engage the pulse initiator from your side. It will take time to reach full power. Find a being who can open the gate, whose biology won't short the circuits. Then prepare for us to take physical form. Time refraction ends, and you all take a collapse.
Blue, you piece of shit!
Garzalash turns to Blue, and if you guys can shout that too, because Garzalash is flashing that. You're a lying spy. You used us. Never trust a government agent. I was right to harpoon you.
It's so true.
Blue exclaims with their lights, I want more to life than becoming a ship. And then Ash Tamalia's sparkling Aderi suddenly appears and floats through the archway. She says, you did well, Sir Isla, Blue. Revelation is indeed coming. Ashtamalia reaches out and snares Sayala in another surge of energy and pulls them close. The telecal technologies in the chamber surge with power. I'm going to spend 3 threat to reflect this. Where are we here on here? And Ashtamalia manipulates the lightning and Blue's form, and the two seem to crystallize. Blue transforms slowly into a humanoid-shaped crystalline body for Ashtamalia's Aderi, and as the two entities merge intertwine, you hear Blue's cry of anguish, soon replaced by Ashtamalia's victorious laughter.
Oh, God.
In a new voice reverberating with power, punctuated by flashes of crimson light, Ashtamalia says, not every world possesses this unique power of creation. I've been watching your evolution, your growing energy talents. Ashtamalia opens and closes a glassy palm that crackles with blue energy. Soon all our lost power will be restored and in my control. What do you guys do?
Turn the fucking thing off.
Wish I had a hammer right now.
I'm gonna
Push him
try and
back into the
close the
hole.
gate. I'm gonna try and close it.
put that thing back where it came from.
Yep.
So-
Came from
Back,
Muscle
back
Puppy.
in you go. Get back.
We're in the end game of Monsters Inc. That's what's
All right, so, what is one of you doing? So if you're intent on trying to close this thing and kind of put it back where it's like, you know, put it back where it came from, like who wants to start that? How do you want to go about it?
I would like to use the console to shut the, because I used the console to open it. I want to be able to use the console to close it down again completely.
All right, 1 second. Okay. I am going to spend 2 threat to take the initiative.
I'm sorry, Sam. That's not allowed.
Yeah, it is allowed. I'm the GM. And I'm spending threat. Come on now. And as you dash back to the control panel, Ashtamalia sends out let's have a look. Energy wave at you. At you guys. This is an area effect. I'm gonna make this. Oh my god! Why did that? Oh my god! Game, please. Just get my chat back. Sorry about this.
Sorry, so this Ashtamalia one,
Crystal
I'm trying to
form, Ashtamalia.
Yeah,
even
originally
her
'cause
final form.
we've seen their.
She's the
form
one that
before.
pulled us into the spectral
She's the one
realm.
that OG asked you for help. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hang on, is she a Tilakal or is she a keeper?
No, she's not an assessor. No, so she is
assessor,
she is
sorry.
Tilakal.
She is
So
a
she's got
Tilakal.
that like
Okay.
you know
Yeah. I just wanted
sleek
to,
Tilakal like
yeah.
humanoid form.
But
But
I
now
get the feeling
now
that
Crystal.
these folk are like prisons. I get that some feeling all of a sudden. That these are like the most dangerous. That they didn't even create this. That another race put these people.
We're
in
gonna
here because
wish.
they were that bad.
Yeah, we're gonna wish that we had the Dominion instead of these lot.
Right. Forget
charges
that.
area intense, piercing or vicious one. Okay, so this is going to be an intense energy wave is emitted, like electric, magnetic, static energy. And it's going to be directed at you, Tom. So this is going to be control and is going to be security. I am going to buy 1 dice. And so we're going to roll 3 dice here, and it's difficulty 2 for a ranged attack, I think. So, poop. 2 successes, and we're going to roll the energy wave. I say we're going to roll the energy wave. There we go. So it's going to affect, because it's area, 1 other person. Who reckons they were also the closest to the control panel?
I was helping out with
Inora,
Harvey.
you were helping, yeah. So you are both going to take 3 stress from this crackling energy pulse.
So much worse.
That could have been so much worse. I'm not going to re-roll at that point. I obviously can't keep the initiative. Now it's up to you guys what you'd like to do next.
EVA suits don't provide any protection, do they, from such things?
Resistance
like this? Is it
1.
like armor?
Sorry,
Resistance
yes.
1, is
So
it?
you actually take 2 stress.
2.
Yeah, ignore 1 of them. Yeah, it's the initiative is now over to you guys. So Harvey, if you want to take it up, you can. But if someone else wants to act first,
I don't
by all
mind
means.
taking it up. However, I do like the idea of Burrell going at it with a bat left before just fucking going. No, I don't mind trying to turn
Like an
this
ice
thing
pick.
off. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess with
I
a
wanna see
Dictag,
that.
right? Because her Mechleth is still on Narendra.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that anymore. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try and buy you some time by fighting a crystal like it's Final Fantasy or something.
Do it.
All right,
You just shatter it.
I'm gonna try and stab this crystal. Oh, or no, maybe not stab it, but like
Shatter.
Maybe Sparta kick it back through the portal.
Yeah.
yes,
Throw
yes.
it back through the portal. Yeah.
Drop kick.
Kick it.
So I'm gonna be trying physically pushing it back. Ash
Okay.
Tamalia goes.
Physically pushing back Ash Tamalia into the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just don't roll a complication because you know what that means.
I'll end up in the
Uh-huh.
Back into
I
lookout
will,
space.
I will
Again.
use
Again.
presence to advise here at this attack. Since I did just say push it back through the portal.
Okay,
You
I'll
know,
take
like,
it.
Put
I'll take
put
it.
that thing back where it came from, or so help me, is my.
I'll
mine.
take it. So this
Okay.
is a physical fisticuffy style thing.
Mhm.
All right, so this is a dice off. So you got to commit how many dice you want to roll, and you guys are all going to roll, and then I'm going to decide how to react.
I mean, I roll 1 assist, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Morale.
Do you mind if I buy 2 dice? I'm rolling 4 because I have a feeling this crystal's probably pretty strong. It's probably
Yeah,
pretty
strong.
Yeah.
Strong
All right,
Probably.
I'm rolling 4. Can I use fitness for this because it's a very physical.
Yeah. This is just a push. Like you want to push
Yeah.
back through. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. Oh, no,
A
Very nice.
and an assist 1.
5
5
successes. Okay, I'm gonna spend 3 threat here now to use. Oh, sorry. Let me put that back up. 3 of her personal threat,
Oh, of course.
which that's all she has to evoke her value, and you hear her as you trying to push her, and she is pushing back with her like anti-grav, stuff. In my new form, nothing can stop me, and she's like pushing you back. Okay, proper Pantovillain moment. And then I'm gonna spend. So that's her third die. I'm gonna spend 3 more to then roll. To roll 3 die and then add those 2 automatic successes on top. Because I want her to succeed. Fitness and security. No focuses. All right, cool. Love that for her. That is 4 successes against your 5, so you do succeed, and there is a complication. So you can decide what the complication is. But you succeed in pushing her back into the portal-y thing. And as you do, just as this happens kind of in the water, you can again hear a faint part of blue cry out as Ash Tamalia cries out, and as the crystal hits the void, it begins to shatter and crack, and she just kind of explodes, shatters into a dozen pieces, and there is just a little signal of blue, a little flash from blue, and then nothing.
Oh.
She betrayed us.
Just
Don't feel
chose
bad.
this
Just
side.
through the portal, you can still see Ash Tamalia's Aderi.
Okay. What
I mean,
kind
we
of
gotta close
complication
this
could
thing,
we
right?
give her? No, we need to give her a complication though.
Think about it in these
but
terms.
is there a
It
complication?
could make something more difficult for her, easier for you, or it could make something impossible for her, or maybe possible for you.
I would like to make it easier for us to close that door,
Okay,
right? Close the portal.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
sure thing. That's no problem.
When
I'll
we're
answer.
looking in, right?
Yeah.
We're looking in this portal, and we see Ash Tamalia.
Mhm.
We don't see any others trying to get out, do we?
Seeing is an odd way to describe it. 'Cause it's just it's perceptively bizarre to you, but you can just see kind of echoes and a kaleidoscope of, like, you know, Ashtamalia as she's still trying to push through. Her dairy is trying to push through, at least. But the tower itself is beginning to pulse, reverberate more with these rhythms, with this with this radiation, its tachyon energy, the EM radiation, and those life signs in the pods are really are firing off like fairy lights right now.
Okay.
So they're clearly still trying to push through, but Burrell has, you know, successfully pushed, taken away the immediate threat that you have with Ashtamalia's like crystal form.
Okay. Yeah, I go close it. Would like to take the initiative and commence the closing of the portal.
All right.
Completely and utterly.
Okay, this is only going to be difficulty 1.
Oh, okay.
Then
Oh,
down from 2, because you've used it already. So yeah, shut down the gate. How would you like to approach it? And therefore, what are you looking at? Engineering, I guess, again.
Yeah, I do it on an engineering kind of thing, just using the console. Better understanding on how the technology works. So I use that knowledge to the console with the assistance of Eka as well, because they help me open it as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll start redirecting energy flow, trying to power it down.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. All right.
Okay.
So that's the 2 of you there.
All right, here we go. 2 successes.
Very nice.
Okay.
The assist. Another 2.
Oh,
Beautiful. 4 successes gives you 3 momentum. Very nice indeed. Very nice. And then, sorry, that's on actually 4. That momentum now is actually on 3. Yeah, and you begin to shut this down. The gateway starts to destabilize, and the dimensional bridge begins to shimmer within the arch, and the energies coalesce into a powerful tetryonic and gravimetric event horizon. Little black hole. Little black hole. You are beginning to feel the gravity of this black hole, and the water is beginning to stream into it, to flood into it, as if it is being sucked in by via a whirlpool. Garzalash beams lights towards you that says that Saraila was right. Not enough to just become ship. And he pushes you guys back, basically blocks you from kind of engaging anymore, and just lights up go to you. But I want to say narratively that it does not have to happen. I'm not railroading you to leave. If you want to try and stay and try and fix things, you can,
So,
but it's risky.
I'm worried.
Like, this is what's happening.
Harvey's worried he's created a goddamn black hole in the middle of a planet. That
Oh,
is
he's dead.
bad. That is like super bad because it will suck this planet in and rip it apart. Now, do I think that this is just a temporary thing while the portal is closing? Because Harvey can't leave until he knows. Because if that
I think
means...
what Tom's asking here is, what's the gravity of the situation?
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Dire.
So sorry.
Oh.
Tom, you need to give me
I'm just gonna turn my camera off.
Yeah. It was so bad, it was so good.
It was. Tom, you need to give me a daring and science test here, difficulty 2.
Okay.
To know this at a snapshot,
Snapshot.
to know
Boom.
the gravity of the situation.
One with a complication. I gotta stop rolling nat 20s.
You
One
have,
with
yeah.
complication.
Can I assist No, I can't.
No, not in this. This is a snap little quick
Yeah.
thought from Harvey, just figuring out like what is you're not sure how long this is going to be. This is bad, but it could collapse because it's obviously it's going to be like an unstable kind of singularity, or eventually the planet could get sucked in. You just got no idea right now.
In that case, then Harvey's gonna crouch by the console and just wait. And just wait to see what happens. He can't leave. If this starts like sucking up the planet, at least he can be at the console to try and do something to reverse it. So I know it'll open it up, but it won't suck a planet into a black hole, which is infinite death. That's just death.
Well, the rest of you doing?
Harvey has...
So Harvey's ducking by the thing, waiting.
Yeah. While Harvey has a crisis of conscience here, Pasha is going to look to Garzalash. He wants proof. He wants evidence. So he wants Garzalash's recording stuff that he had with them.
Yeah.
And so if Zet nearby, can he just grab it? And then Pasha's going to book it. Like, Pasha's fully expecting somebody who is Harvey's superior officer to get him out of there.
And the Space Timmies arrives.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Eka, what are you doing?
I'm waiting till the very last second to tap the comm badge on the side and tell Cass forward beam.
Okay.
Emergency transport.
Okay. Burrell, what are you doing?
Oh god, I am gonna hold on for a second until Harvey can do a quick test to see what's going on. If it looks like this is black holing, then we're getting out of here, and I'm fully ready to knock Harvey out and carry him out of here. I am fully ready to just backhand him into next week.
Harvey's just staring at you.
So Harvey is currently, again, he's by the console and he's looking at the console and looking at the thing and waiting for any changes to show that this black hole is maybe getting smaller or losing any strength, that it will close. That's what he's holding
turnabout's
out
fair play. Harvey did beam Burrell without their permission once.
I mean, I was ordered to, in all fairness. That's on Nat. That's on Nat.
Kind of is.
Yeah, she would have shot Harvey if he didn't.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You having this like stare off, Pasha. You can grab the kind of attachment, like it's been attached onto like almost like an eye patch in a way, like the kind of recording device. And he looks grab it off.
And he looks at Garzalash and is like, "Thank you," in lights.
Yeah.
Just a little gratitude.
Do you wait for the crew or do you run?
If we're gonna beam, he's gonna wait. Like if he hears Eka saying, forward to beam, like he'll stick with Eka.
Okay.
I'm on like a 5, 4.
Yeah.
3.
I'm watching
Harvey.
Burrell's countdown, and then I'm just gonna grab
Okay,
Harvey and do the
2,
emergency beam.
1. You say, Cass, forward to beam, emergency transport, and you hear doo-doo-doo, unable to transport.
All right, we gotta run.
Harvey on the shoulder.
No, wait,
This-
no.
This is what's going to happen.
Oh god.
Harvey, you're going to lead the task in rolling a fitness and
Oh dear.
security test. This is a
Okay.
fitness and security test from everybody. Harvey's going to lead the
Okay.
test. The 3 of you are going to assist the test.
You better not. You better not.
Why am I leading it?
The difficulty to run escape the singularity is 6. And I am spending all my threat to do that.
Well, it's been a really nice campaign, everyone.
Yeah,
it's
it's been
a
great.
joy
Turns
to
out we
come
don't
here
have
every
2 more
Tuesday.
episodes.
It's Tom's fault.
It's not-
Pasha,
I'm
first of
sorry.
all.
Harvey was not willing to let an entire planet and people on it get sucked into a black hole.
We're more important. I'm just gonna
Oh,
say.
main character
main
syndrome.
cast.
We are more important.
But Pasha's going to advise Harvey to get his head out of his ass and use the advisor trait.
You don't
And
have time.
just
This is
use
a
command.
no. This is a
Okay.
fitness and security
Fitness
test.
security?
Everyone
Alright,
has to roll
alright.
fitness and security. Harvey is going to lead the test. So, Tom, how many dice would you like to roll? Would you like to spend determination?
All of them, Tom.
I just say no just to annoy you. You
I'm
know?
booking a flight. I'm on.
I'm going to be seeing
TripAdvisor.
you in a few short months, Tom. A few
oh
short
God,
months.
that's true, actually. Okay. So I would love to spend my determination, but none of my values actually
Then,
with this at all.
then you can't spend it. It has to align with the
So
value.
I can't. So I'm going to have to rely on. I'll buy at least 2.
You got 3 momentum in the pool. So
Yeah.
yeah,
buy
A
at
threat
least
for the
2.
love of God.
So that's 4. You said 6?
difficulty 6. You got 3 assists. Bear in mind.
Yeah, but this is me on security and fitness. It's not my lowest. Medicines and command is my lowest. It's still pretty damn low. How many threat to get you another dice? Does it give you 3 threat? is
3
it?
threat. Yeah.
Okay, let's go for the 5. I'd never hear the end of it from Susie if we die here.
All right. So that is now no momentum. 3 threat in the pool because of that
I
spend.
hope we do die now, Tom.
yeah, you
All
do.
right,
You do.
Tom, I want you to roll, and then the rest of you, I want you to follow up with your assist dice.
Hang on, I'm just having a look at any of the talents I got, but it's nothing. No. All right, here we go.
God.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you
Okay.
in real life.
The 3 of you, can you roll your assist die, please?
Can we call
Impossible.
upon values at all?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, you first.
I was going to call
Determination.
upon securities and guaranteed. We need to protect our interests.
Good.
I'm gonna call upon efficiency before friendship.
Okay. Good.
It's more efficient if we
Like
are
you.
alive.
You've not spent your determination yet, have you, Doc?
I have not. No.
You've
so
not
I'll
used a
spend
value
that.
this episode. No. Cool. Okay. So that's
I would like to use my
5.
determination.
Okay.
I'll use the way forward is paved with the bones of the fallen, literally running through a graveyard of.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That value though kind of challenges what you're doing though,
Yeah.
because it's like it's more like that's about sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay, I'll challenge that value.
But that
I
only
think Beryl has
that would
grown.
give you a point of determination back. It wouldn't
Oh,
it
it
wouldn't
would
let
give
you
me-
spend
wouldn't
it.
Let me spend it. Uh-oh.
Have you got a more
Yep.
Starfleet-y one?
No. I've got part of the machine, of the Starfleet machine. I don't think that counts.
I mean, you're protecting your team.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but you're
tenuous.
condemning a planet to death. An entire species.
Uh,
Starfleet is supposed to
or
sacrifice
have-
Tom, you don't know
themselves
that. Neither
Or
do
I
you.
have-
Starfleet.
Oh, the only one I had that would work is spit and tape, which is like hard work and graft. So I'm like digging in. No, that one doesn't work either. No, okay, don't
You
get to use
gotta
my
roll.
determination. Tom, if this
Look, it's security and fitness, your 2 highest things. There. What are you worried about?
Why I'm
what
the
are you
chief.
worried about?
that's why I'm
know,
the chief.
I mean, come
So-
on. I was never worried.
2,
7.
4, 5 from Harvey, 6, 7 successes.
7.
You guys don't manage to leave the chamber, but you hold on to any ledge, any little column, any kind of corner that you can cling to. And Gaza Lash, unfortunately, collapses into the archway as it collapses as well. And the vibrational pulses slow and then cease as the, almost like an old TV going out, the singularity drops into a single point of light and then fades. and it's quiet in the flooded chamber.
Enor's going to
Harvey pops his head up from the console.
Enor's going to stand. And first off, Tom, hands check.
Oh!
I'm asking you if you are okay with me punching your character.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. punch him.
Okay, yeah. Eka is going to straight up hunt, just cold clock Harvey.
I mean, you're both in EV suits, so you're going to clock a helmet.
Yeah.
More about
I
the
think I'll go
spirit
for
of
the
thing.
gut.
Push,
I'm going for the
shake.
gut.
Oh, a gut. Okay, yeah.
A gut
I'm going
punch.
for a gut punch. That was one success.
Harvey dies.
Yeah, I died. The stress
He's
is too
just
much.
dead now.
It's too much. Oh.
I think Burrell moves to separate them for a second, but she looks at Eka and there's like a little smile on her face, like a little.
Oh, no.
Why
It's like when a
did
parent sees their kid do something hilarious but filthy and like said, "Oh, don't do that," but really,
But it was actually kind of funny, though.
it was kind of cool.
Just gonna pick Harvey up, like straighten him up by his front.
Oh.
What are you gonna achieve by playing the hero, Harvey?
I caused it,
Yeah.
so I had to make sure that it closed.
What were you gonna do if you couldn't?
I was going to reverse it and reopen it.
Are you sure you could have done that?
I wouldn't know until I try. At least it wouldn't have, condemned an entire planet to death. Had to try.
Burrell pulls him close.
Oh.
You're an idiot.
I learned from the best.
Shoves him back.
Spending 3 threat. One of the walls is suddenly punched through as there's arcs of electricity throughout the chamber, and the whole spire begins to shake. More of that water begins to flood back into the chamber, and it's apparent that the spire, its structural integrity, is not good anymore, and it's beginning to break up around you.
Time to go.
Is there any way that the beaming would work now? The teleportation stuff, now that the hole is closed?
I'm gonna cast 4 for emergency transport.
Bloop, boop. Unable to comply.
Let's go.
We really got to check those transports.
I'm going to murder you later.
I am behind Harvey, making sure he can't pull any more hero shit. I'm I'm literally
I
the
love
last one to
pushing
leave
him.
this chamber.
Also, I love how we're all running, but we're underwater.
Yeah.
Or swimming, I guess. A little boosters. I don't know. That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
we
There are
suits.
little
Yeah.
booster things, aren't there? So you're rocketing through.
Using our jetpacks.
Jetpacking
Yeah.
through the water. Yeah, okay. You do reach the Cass, and you do kind of just about able to make it out in time. As you ascend and you finally make your way out of the shadow spire, you can see those, it's like globally the weather has changed. The electrostatic energy in the around the whole planet is cascading down in lightning strikes and immense storms. It's very difficult for you, Harvey, to keep the runabout on the right heading, given the turbulence that there is. But the impulse engines make good work of it. As you can kind of bank round the Twilight Band, and you can see the city. You can see that those electric bolts, and you can have the readouts that the radiation is hitting more of the Calmerans, and some of their crystal forms have changed into humanoid forms. Just a handful of them.
Humanoid. Do they look like,
As in Tilakal type of.
as in what
Dari
happened to
type.
Ashtamalia, or?
They don't look like Ashtamalia, but you can't really tell from this kind of distance. But just banking the runabout around, you can see that they don't seem threatening, but they do seem like they're trying to make sense of where they are, and they're just kind of exploring their environment.
Like new arrivals.
New arrivals.
What is happening?
I don't know.
I think we might have messed up. Bad.
You keep saying that, like, it's my fault and stuff like that, but really it's not, right? We didn't make that thing underneath the ocean and I mean, we're doing our best, so we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves. It's a bad situation.
I think we might have hedged our bets on the wrong racehorse.
Maybe. Best with what we could. Commander.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
Raleigh's like massaging her ridges. I honestly, I don't know. I need
I want to do
any input, and if you have,
I want to do a scan on these new arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
I want a biological scan from the cast to see what race they are.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously we've got to be wrapping up, so I'll we'll start to summarize more of this in a bit of an epilogue kind of style. But yeah, examination of these life forms indicate that they are a crystalline form, having taken the form from the Calmerans of Tillicalideri. Like, those Deri are fully inhabiting a new body. A new body, not their body, but a new body.
So basically, the people have a few, not all of them, but a few of them, basically some Tillical have basically taken over these energy crystal, whatever, and then formed a body.
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen? I closed the gate. Did they get through?
maybe when we were pushing back Ash Tamali, a couple got through.
Maybe. You know what? It's all right with you, Commander. I think we should have a word with them before we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are, the Calmerans do help you out. Members of the was it the collective or something? Do help you out. And was it the gold one? Was it the gold one who was the more important?
I think it was the gold one.
Yeah. So old Goldie kind of coordinates it.
Aramine Gold.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Aramine Gold. So Aramine kind of helps gather up their new arrivals, and there are about 30, kind of given a head count of Tillical who are in these new bodies. They are all confused. Some of them seemingly aren't even that cognizant of kind of where they are. Like, they still believe that they're somewhere else, or they're not acting I don't want to put this in a bad way. They're not kind of acting in a very kind of sane way. So that
that's what I'm wondering about.
I mean,
they're they're reenacting, replaying things maybe from their past or something. It's clear that they are not fully cognizant really of what's happened or what's going on.
Do they get any reaction if we mention Ash Tamali to them?
Some do, yeah. I mean, some.
Is it a positive reaction? I know, obviously they're not in.
It really, they're not in their right mind. It really is kind of a mix, really. Some people might see her as a savior. Some Tillical might just be miffed with her.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a mix of relationships. Yeah, it's so to them, to the 30 people that you have here now, it's not like they're all rallying around it like a cult leader or anything.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to tell, and it's very hard to get any kind of answer out of them. It's clear that their Aderi have degraded that much.
You can't.
You know what?
Can't leave them in the hands of the Calmerans. I mean,
well, Gold offers to look after them as best they can.
They're in a better place than we are to after.
Yeah, we will try and help them. We will shepherd them. But you may know best. But it is our offer. Is what
also sharing all the stuff that was recorded with the Sunseekers and explaining who Ashtamali was, and we give them the whole lore drop.
Yeah. So I guess in that sense, then both both parts of this kind of political prism kind of, come to, we will try and look after them, basically. We'll try and help them. We'll try and give them a life here.
I think more than anything, Pasha's just worried that we caused a really big prism break.
Yeah, Harvey might actually try to put something through to Pasha.
Yeah.
Most of the planets we found these facilities on, have most of them been inhabited by civilization? So I know Pasha's has, this one has, apart from the ones that were kind of.
Candidate wasn't, no.
Candidate wasn't.
And
okay.
Where you touched down the very first time.
Oh, that one.
That was a mining operation, but it wasn't like a proper civilization's inhabited.
Well, Harvey was just thinking of the idea that maybe civilizations on planets that grew up afterwards wasn't by accident, that they just appeared, that they were engineered so that when the telecow do wake up, they have bodies to take over, which would include every single one of Pasha's people.
Well, the telecow still have bodies. The telecow still have bodies.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, yeah, but then, but the fact that maybe the ones that went into the 30 didn't have bodies left. That's why they had to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's a lot of stuff to think about
on our way
in between
back.
sessions. Yeah.
But yeah, we should let the crystal people look after them.
I trust the
I forgot that.
Yeah, they're better situated.
We can't look after them.
They're capable. They're not babies. Yeah.
Okay.
I say we.
I just kind of felt bad, like just dumping it in their lap.
Hey, we made this mess.
Here you go.
Yeah.
But you forged a cooperation between the two rival kind of factions.
We're healing the planet, one fuck up at a time.
It's not nothing.
Phenomenal. Well done, gang. I think we'll wrap up there.
we created a problem for both parties.
Yay! That's how you get them around the table.
Hey, did we at least solve the radiation problem? They're no longer getting ill.
Yes.
Yeah, see, we did.
And we united them under a brand new problem.
I mean, it's irrelevant.
The skies begin to clear, and you head back up to the Lexington.
I say that's a good ending.
There you go.
Dear Starfleet, we solved the problem.
We solved multiple problems. We put world
by
peace.
Causing 3 more problems.
How
they don't need to know
you are.
The world peace.
All right, my lovelies. Cool. Well, yeah, we need to wrap up. So, in our usual way, let us know where you are on the internet and what you're up to. Start with Anita.
Hello. When I'm not here, you can find me over on my channel, Critical Misses. You can find me there Fridays for Warren Guard, which is a game of Dragon Riders and Found Family that's on Backer Kit right now. And they smash through all the stretch goals, so it's still really fun. Check it out. Saturdays, you can find me there for Morning Ritual, which is a TTRPG talk show that my partner and I do. And then Sundays, you can find me over on Indoor Adventures for a Apocalypse Skis game where I play a biblically accurate angel who might be turning into a human.
I feel like that's what I was doing with all my fucking NPCs this week. Biblically accurate aliens? Whatever. Anyway, that sounds cool though. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll play more non-humanoid things. Tom, what are you up to?
I look forward to opening more tombs.
Lovely.
What I do.
Yeah.
I like it. A lot of fun. And I fundamentally believe we did a good thing today. Yep. I am Hotflakes Tom. I am on Twitter and Discord and everything under that name. I'm here on Tuesdays, but on Thursdays I'm on Follow Black Cats doing the Dragon Heist D&D game. And I think that's about it, apart from occasionally on Susie's channel, playing some Hell Raisers?
Divers. Come on, Tom.
It's 11 o'clock. I've
Tom.
been up since 5:30 this morning.
All right, you're allowed.
It's a long time.
So you're going to bed after this. That's fine.
hell divers too. So yes, fighting for democracy and all that lovely jazz. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right then, lovely. Thank you very much, Doc. Where are you? What are you up to?
Hey, I'm Doc Rimbo. I'll also got a Twitch channel, Doc Rimbo. Keep on planning to stream a little bit more, but never do. But this Thursday night is this big week for me. It's the season 3 premiere of our Delta Green Impossible Landscapes game. We pushed it back a week, and so it's finally coming this week. And I mean, if you want to go to another game and system where everything has hit the fan, that is the place to be. So it's surreal horror, King in Yellow bullshit, and the horrors that eclipse the King in Yellow, which is working for the United States government. So come on by. That is on Lost Caravan RPG at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. And that's where I'll be.
Thanks. Susie.
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace, and as always, it's Susanna with 1 N, not 2. I will be on my channel playing some Helldivers, and I also got the Warhammer 40k Power Wash DLC today because it came out today. So I might be cleaning some dreadnoughts and stuff tomorrow. Who knows?
I'll clean
on my
stuff
stream.
with you. I like a little bit of power washer.
It's really therapy. Like, it's very chill. It's very chill. But when I'm not doing that, I make RPGs with Sam sometimes on Black Hats Gaming. And then I also did my own, which you could buy in the Modiphius store. It's about being a teenage mecha pilot and how much that sucks. So there you go. That's my very quick plug.
Good plug. Yeah, nice. All right. As for me, you can find me around the internet at RPG Webby. Yes, I'm running that Dragon Heist game on the Thursdays over at Follow Black Cats channel. That's Follow Black Cats on Twitch. And then for Modiphius, you can see us over here, obviously, but also you can check out our stuff at modiphius.net or modiphius.us if you want North American friendly shipping. We just announced a 2nd edition Star Trek Adventures is coming out in the fall of this year, and I am very excited to show you all of that. Stay tuned to all of our socials at Modiphius, basically everywhere, and our emails. If you want to sign up for news about the 2nd edition of Star Trek Adventures, then I need to find the window to click on the thing and then send you the little code to go. You can go there and you can sign up for email news about the game. And we'll be bringing out more info pretty soon, so stay tuned. On Mondays, we're streaming the Fallout Winter of Atom campaign. April is running that. And then we are back on Tuesdays with this. We're in the final sprint now. Last couple of missions to go. And then the Tilakau saga will be resolved. So until next time, friends, live long and prosper. And we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.